Hello.
Hello.
Sorry we're late.
Yeah.
First, it wasn't registering my headphones. Then it wasn't registering the microphone. And then I was eating Ben and Jerry's and I didn't want to stop. So,
yeah.
you know.
I had to kind of force
I
it.
thought about just eating Ben and Jerry's at everybody for the next 2 hours. But
You know, that would get you so famous, I'm sure.
I'm sure there's a market for that. Hey, Dio. Okay.
Oh, I'm trying really hard not to sneeze again, so if I sound a little bit quiet and sniffly.
Do you
I just
wanna
had a sneezing fit before we went live.
Do you want to sneeze into this cushion?
No! Why would I want to sneeze into a cushion?
Just muffle the sound.
Oh, not got my arm for that. Also, I don't want to get my snot all over your cushion.
That's true. I don't want your snot on my cushion. Wow. Ew. Gross. Okay.
So we're going to be playing Final Fantasy 14. I have no idea where I actually forced us to left. I think we're about to hit a new patch.
We were probably about to talk to Alfie again.
Oh yeah, kneecaps time.
With refugees in the seventh heaven.
We're doing politics.
Politics, yeah. There's very much a. Okay, and I just popped away from keyboard. So get back.
Where are you
Get
going?
back. What do you mean? Where am I going?
Where are you going? You seem to be just going off.
Yeah, because I was away from keyboard and it wasn't bringing me back in.
Okay.
What's your point?
No.
More Deno music. Okay, let's go.
Did you switch the screen?
Yes!
So the people can see the thing we're playing.
What people? Everyone's playing Legend of Zelda.
Yeah, I know, and I don't blame them. Dio, are you also a Legend of Zelda enjoyer, or you're
A
like
Legend of Zelda enjoyer.
a part of camp? No money, no game. Oh god. Are you gonna have to voice this B, the bard is playing in the background?
Which bard? The minstrel? Or
Yes, I just heard plinging in the background.
oh, is there a bard? Like a whole bard?
Oh my god, is it you wandering minstrel? It's you!
Very likely.
He's a bard. He's annoying.
I know he's
Anyway.
he's annoying. Only because he sends you to do really hard content. That's
Yeah,
why
he's
I'm
like,
mad.
I'm gonna sing you a little tune and I'm gonna make you like do worse content. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna make some stuff up. Wouldn't it be fun if that battle you fought that almost killed you was somehow worse?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Also, yeah. You're not a Zelda, but also expensive.
Expensive.
Yeah, I'm very picky about my games as a result. Also, that game was ridiculously expensive
It was
for no
quite
clear
expensive.
reason.
Thing is, I would like to play it, but I also know that I would be very bad at it because I was very bad at Breath of the Wild.
Yeah, I played.
Like I had a really good time, but I hate the battles, the combat system, and I also am very bad at it.
Bad.
So like I can't afford to play a game that I'm bad at right now. I'm playing Octopath because we already own that, so I can be bad at that for free. Yeah. I apologize for keeping you waiting. My name is Minfilia, and I lead the Scions of the Seventh Dawn. All 3 consoles have gone up to £60 for games now. No, I don't like that.
The 60 quid is just too much for a video game for me. Like, I thought 45 was a lot.
Yeah.
Because I used to pay 60. I mean, you used to pay 60 quid for most. I used to pay 60 euros during the PlayStation 2 era. That was PlayStation 3. That's like back when that was kind of full price for those games. So when I moved to the UK and everything was cheaper, I was like, wow,
Yeah, that's true.
this is amazing.
You used to buy all your games over here.
But now the concept of paying 60 whole pounds is
Well,
like,
also because we used to have really great pre-owned titles.
yeah,
For
like
really good value.
yeah, you could get pre-owned titles. Like I used to just bulk buy DS titles
Yeah.
whenever I came over because my god,
Also because they often had bulk buy offers
Yeah.
as well.
exactly.
Pre-owned games in the Netherlands like, they were priced like collectibles.
They were. They did the collectors pricing before it became a big thing. It's like, oh, you know, like people who run those stores knew what they were selling. Over here, like with Game and Co, they often didn't care about the S games.
Yeah, they didn't. They just bring it in, and everybody would be like, "Wow, this is a really rare indie title, and it's £3."
Yeah, like I bought so many indie titles.
Yeah,
like,
but that's because AAA or bust, right?
Yeah. Well. So we'll just play Final Fantasy 14. That's just it's a subscription, but it's.
Yeah, I mean, I've already paid to be bad at that this month.
And for the next 3 months, actually.
Yeah, I know. We pay in bulk.
Yeah, every single time that happens, I'm like...
Yeah, it's like, wait, where's all this money going? Oh, yeah.
Anyway, sorry.
Most low effort voiceover today. 12 be praised! It is you! Okay, you're welcome. We're ready and willing to work. Same as the Dolmens. Just give us a task and we'll see it done. Pray, calm yourselves. I appreciate your enthusiasm, but I know naught of your situation. Beg your pardon, antecedent. I ain't so good with words. We've been living off the scraps of Uldar for years now, trying to piece together a life to replace the one what got took. They say there's work, but there's naught for an honest man. Naught as wouldn't sully his soul sooner than his palms any road. The flames do what they can for us, of course, but it ain't near enough. And it's only getting worse. When the calamity brought us to our knees, those rich bastards in the city didn't help us up. They climbed on our backs. I don't pretend to be clever, but even I can see what's coming. I knew we had to run, the only question was where. And then it came to me. Revenant's Toll. I mean, you took them foreigners in, didn't you? So you'd surely do the same for us. I fear the situation is rather more complicated. While it is true that we accepted the Domin's petition for aid, that decision was the product of extraordinary circumstances.
This is so much pressure, I don't want to deal with this.
No,
Bye.
I know, right? I'm like, hi.
I'm not a politician.
See the shiny carbuncle, la 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 la. Look at his little face. Look at his little paws. Slam a book in your face. Run away quick before he gets his hearing back. That's what I do in this situation. This is just, there is also no right answer. Yes, take all the refugees in. No, there's no space. It's too real. It's too real.
Yeah, let's go back to slaying primals.
I really like that better. I sympathize deeply with your plight, but pray understand that it is not possible for an organization of our means to aid all who have been affected by the calamity. Yeah, no, it's not Minfilia's choice. She literally, just because she has a house here. That's like me saying that because I have a house, like, people can camp at the end of our road. Yes, absolutely. Come in, come in, come in. I think my neighbours would have something to say about that.
Mm-hmm.
Oops. I think I just skipped a big thing about calamity.
Yeah,
stuff.
something about I'm sorry.
Like, lots of people in trouble, blah, blah, blah. Hang on. If I do that. There we go. Sorry, now you get to see my chat, but whatever. I sympathize deeply with your plight, but pray understand it is not possible for, Did I read that or not?
Or just continue.
It is not possible for an organization of our means to aid all who have been affected by the calamity. Because I think I remember her saying pray before. Because pray return to the waking.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't remember anymore. And so it is with great regret that I must deny your request. But we've nowhere else to go. You're turning your back on us? Tataru, what on earth does she sound like? Small. If I might have a word. She sounds better than that.
She sounds soft-spoken, but it's okay.
It's true. She doesn't sound like a lopperit, for one thing.
She does now.
Tataru, is aught amiss? Ill tidings from Uldar, my lady. Alphino has been wounded.
Kneecaps! They went for his kneecaps!
Somebody finally kneecapped the boy. What? How? Is it serious? I cannot say for certain, but I fear it might be. According to the flames, the refugees started a riot. They went wild, apparently, lashing out at any and everyone.
Yeah.
That can't be right. Why would they? They must have been provoked. The demonstration was meant to be peaceful. 7 hells. Now the Blades have an excuse. They'll round us up and kill anyone who tries to resist.
Gee, wonder who that could be behind that.
Gee, yeah, how about that? Antecedent, please. If you won't help us build a new life, at least help us keep the ones we've got. My lady. We are not ones to stand idly by and watch innocents suffer. However, until we know more of the circumstances surrounding this riot, I am not certain what aid, if any, we can provide. If the authorities determine that the refugees attacked without provocation... Provocation? What? Provocation! Anyway, then those responsible will have to answer for their actions. How can you be so blind? Find Alfino, and quickly. If he is in danger, or worse, I would have you and none other by his side. Nod counter, yes! Thank you. Pray do not concern yourself with the matter we were discussing earlier. Ida and Papalimo will see to it. What were we talking? I've forgotten already. It was last week. I don't remember. Whatever. Alfino is being treated at the Hourglass. Hurry, Pocket! And, ooh, 2 nods practically in a row. It's crazy times in here.
I'm so pleased for you.
Alfino, Uldar. You want me to take you?
Yeah.
I'll take you.
I'm not getting off this seat.
You're not getting off your seat.
I've been listening to this annoying, wandering Mistral. It's not
A breath
cat.
of fresh air. That's Mistopheles.
Huh.
You said cat, right? Not hat.
Yes.
Okay. Which cat were you thinking of?
I was thinking about what I
Oh,
called.
Mistel.
Yes.
Yes.
I thought you were doing a...
I was doing a cat's reference, you know, as in like magical Mr. Mistopheles. That was the only
it's a double one. Oh my god, it's worse.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, really, I'm sorry, that wasn't very cha-cha-cha of me. To the Adventurers Guild!
Just around the... No. Where the fuck is it?
It's
just around the corner. No, it's
It
the
is
adventure.
just around the corner, but I'm
Yeah.
going to teleport there.
Oh, you are shitting me. Why? You can run just to the left.
We'll see who gets there first then, shall we?
Probably you, because I took forever. You're already miles away.
Yeah, it's because I took the Aetherite.
Yeah, no. True.
Because it's right next door.
I hate
You don't
loading
look
times.
very sick, Alfino. You're standing right there, and you're in heels.
Maybe they didn't go for his kneecaps. Maybe they just pulled his ponytail and he's like, oh no! You brutes! You can't do this to me!
Are you voicing Alfino this week?
He's
You
voicing
must
himself.
have gathered by now that Tataru is given to exaggeration. As you can see, I am quite well.
Alfino can speak for himself, thank you very much.
Uldar, on the other hand, is not. This riot was anything but an isolated incident. There is a restlessness in the air. Tensions long simmering are at last threatening to boil over.
Somebody get the twins some chapstick, stat.
Uldar is a nation infamous for the great disparity between the wealthy and the poor. The majority of the populace accepts this state of affairs because they believe that every man bears responsibility for his own lot in life. To an Uldan, money is the foremost, and some would say the only measure of a man's worth. Small wonder that the wealthiest wield the greatest influence.
It's not really what the
So where
teachers
do
of
the
Melthal say.
refugees fit into
No,
this social
but-
hierarchy? What place is there for those who fled Alamigo and the destruction of the Calamity?
I like that we just pan out randomly. I'm assuming that these are like, but we just pan into like half-naked men, just casually.
That's how you know they're from Alamigo.
Plainly,
That's true.
there is none. They have no wealth, no power, and no worth. To the Uldan way of thinking, they may as well not exist.
Oh, they're Alamigan on the Colosseum.
Choosing to ignore their existence, however, is patently not an option. General Rauban and the Sultana understand this, which is why they ordered the Immortal Flames to provide the refugees aid and succor.
I hardly know.
Yet none would dispute that the expenses incurred by this policy grow by the day, with no end in sight. This has prompted more and more Uldans to question their obligation to aid these worthless wanderers.
I like that these three people just watched some doors close themselves and then
Yeah.
walked off. Like,
It was very
I see
threatening.
what you were trying to do, but also... okay.
While more and more refugees have come to resent their treatment at the hands of the sneering citizenry. The manner of Lord Lolorito's refusal to grant the Dolmens asylum bespoke a disdain for all refugees, an attitude shared by the rest of the monetarists. And you may be sure they make no effort to conceal their opinions. It was
This is
only a
true.
matter of time before the refugees united in protest. Nor is it any surprise that some among them would ultimately resort to violence.
Yeah, especially if they're getting paid off by a certain someone.
They never.
Mm-hmm.
That the Immortal Flames should choose this of all occasions to engage in joint training exercises with the other Grand Companies. By the time they return, the situation may well have deteriorated beyond mending.
Yes, Alfino, that's definitely a coincidence. Absolutely. Nobody is just like, that seems suspicious. Why did all this happen? No, because why would they be?
Kind of questions it.
Right. No, I mean, no, he doesn't really. Yes, I do need a ring. All classes. Thanks very much. Very helpful. None of these are helpful to me. Because they're not caster rings, are they? I'm so stupid. Okay. As I told you before, it was all but inevitable that an incident of this kind would eventually occur, given the rise in... Oh my god. I can speak. Given the rising tensions within the Sultanate. Nevertheless, I have reason to believe that this particular riot may not have begun spontaneously.
See?
Okay, fair. Have I piqued your curiosity? Good. Then you will accompany me to the Hall of Flames. I would hear what General Rauban has to say upon the matter.
You can just do that by yourself. Jesus, Alfie.
Oh, we're his bodyguard right now.
At least he's paying us, I suppose.
Is he?
Yeah.
I suppose. 2 elegant silver pieces. Maximum.
That's quite a lot of money to a lot of people.
That's true.
Like,
The ones who don't have the new server bonus going on.
ah,
Kobolds are rich.
yeah, exactly.
Dragon is my patron.
Why am I going this way?
Hmm?
Why am I using the ether? Oh my god.
Oh, I see. Now you're not above using the ether, right?
I said I was questioning why I was doing it because it's stupid. I should have just ran. I just
Yes.
got sidetracked.
Well, you can catch up while I
Yeah.
probably have to read this out loud. Yep. Now is not a good time, Pocket. My hands are full dealing with the refugees. Well, if your hands are full, you know what you need? You need a pocket! Eh? 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 Eh?
It's okay. Maybe you just need to get an extra pair.
Yeah.
Portable hands.
Yeah, that would be handy, wouldn't it? Precisely the matter we wish to discuss, General. Alfino, back on your feet already? What, did they just knock you off your heels? You may credit my swift recovery to your... Oh, I can never pronounce this word. Chirurgeons? Chirurgeons? Chirurgeon?
I think it's
Chirurgeon. I don't know. Doctors! I can never remember. Every time I learn and I'm like, oh, I'll remember it now, that makes so
Yeah.
much sense, and then I forget every single time. Thank you for looking it up for me, darling. I appreciate it.
Chirurgeon.
Chirurgeon.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, a chiropractor.
chiropractor. and a surgeon
Yeah.
had a baby,
Yeah.
and it was a chirurgeon. Okay, cool. Doctor. My memories of the riot are still somewhat muddled. I trust you managed to regain control of the situation?
To be fair, you're doing a realm reborn. You probably should have pronounced it like Shuregon or
Sure.
something.
Yeah, it's
You
true.
know,
That's a heavens
quality
word
of voicing.
pronunciation, isn't it?
Yeah,
We're,
you're right,
we're
my
in
bad.
France then.
Yes, no, you're right.
Les gardiens chercheront.
Go on.
It's true. Chirurgeon. Chiropractor. I
Yeah.
think I had that revelation last time.
Yeah, I
so.
forget it every single time. I start doubting myself. But
Mhm.
it's also because, like, okay, so machinist, I now pronounce machinist,
Yes.
but originally pronounced as machinist because machinist would make more sense because they call it machina
Contextually,
in
as in-
Final Fantasy X.
Yeah, like also like Deus Ex Machina. And I was not actually familiar with the term machinist at that point though.
Mm.
Like
Yeah,
I know now that there is an actual like real life job,
yeah,
that is a
I know, right.
machinist.
Yeah, I was like, oh,
but I
okay.
wasn't familiar with that
No,
by then
same.
as well.
And these days I know better.
But now
like,
sometimes I accidentally pronounce like machina as like machina, and then I'm like, no, hang on,
yeah,
stupid. Anyway, pronunciation. Who needs it? Not entirely. We secured the city soon enough, but not before the unrest had spread to the surrounding territories. Pockets of resistance remain throughout Thanalan.
wow, you are like
Yay!
spitting yourself.
I'm spreading.
Good. Then we can check out, right?
Yes. Yes. We have sent what forces we can spare to root out the last of the belligerents, but progress is slow. They are damnably elusive. I can well imagine. Given that the majority of refugees live outside the walls, it stands to reason that they would know the lay of the land. What I do not understand is how they came to be so well prepared. Before my little accident, I observed that several of the refugees were armed, and not with butcher's knives or pitchforks, but with martial weaponry. I need hardly add that such equipment is costly. None can deny that tensions between the Uldan citizenry and the refugee population have increased since the Domans were turned away, but would that motivate a starving man to purchase arms in lieu of food? I think not. And what of those who have not even a single gil to spend, who could not survive without the aid provided by the mortal flames? Surely they would sooner sell a weapon than bring it to bear against their benefactors. Come to the point. Very well. My point, General, is that this powder keg of discontent was not set alight by chance. These events were deliberately set in motion, and now order must be restored. That is my first duty. Until it is done, any investigation can wait. I do not have the time to discuss this. My scouts will be returning anon. Very suspicious sounding, Roban. Actually, that said, doesn't that sound suspicious? Somebody
Kinda,
comes to
yeah.
him with like,
Yeah, actually,
you know
that
what I
does
mean?
sound saucy. I hadn't really thought
like
about
that
it. but yeah.
genuinely sounds sussy. Alfie's like, no, genuinely, I think this was set up. I think this is deliberate. And he's like, nah, no, I'm not talking about that right now. Fuck off.
Yeah. Yeah.
Now, you know that Rauban's not sussy, and I know that
Yeah, but
Rauban's
he
not
sounds
sussy,
sussy.
but that sounded sussy.
Yeah. No, you're right.
The General is no fool. He keeps his own counsel, and with good cause. It's like, on one hand, yes, on the other hand, I have way too much to deal with. Yeah, no, I agree, it's true, though. Like, I think that was primarily just like, oh my god, Alfie, no, don't even, just stop, just no,
yeah.
stop the riots, then we can talk about conspiracy theories, okay, cool, bye. I agree completely, but it does sound super sussy if you don't know. Or like, if you're in potentially a patch position where Rauban may or may not actually be a bad guy, given that they kind of frame him
Yeah.
out to be that kind
Yeah.
of... Don't they? Kind of a little bit?
Kinda
Yeah, they
they
do, in
kinda?
fact. I think they arrest him.
Huh. I don't remember.
They shout, put your hands up. And he doesn't do that.
Oh. Huh.
And then they arrest him.
Huh.
Like, I mean, like, spoilers. But I'm pretty sure that part of, like, the thing, the patch, is us, like, rescuing Rauban from jail.
Yeah.
you know. I think. Yeah.
Yeah.
The general is no... Did I read that bit? The general is no fool. He keeps his own counsel, and with good cause. He'll be armed, yeah. Yes, he will. He has the right to bear arm. Were he to claim, without the necessary proof, that these riots were instigated by outside forces, the monetarists would accuse him of attempting to shirk responsibility. After all, he and the Sultana have been the most outspoken proponents for refugee aid. Regardless, they will face harsh criticism in the days ahead. Yes, they will. Our allies may stumble upon the truth in time, but I have far more faith in your abilities, Pocket. Yeah, I am Pockets of Resistance, after all. Therefore, I propose we conduct our own investigation, independent of the authorities. That never ends poorly. Do we have a PI license, Elvino? To that end, I would have you make inquiries in the settlements suspected of harbouring belligerents. Commander Swift will know which they are. He may balk at a request for such information, but I've no doubt that you can persuade him with your silver tongue. Talk the hind legs of a donkey, me. I, meanwhile, shall seek answers in my own way, after which we can regroup and share our findings. Well then, shall we? All right, little Lord Fauntleroy. I nodded. Such a silver tongue. What am I going to do? Stand there and nod at him? Swift. You look as though you have something to say, Pocket. Do you? Yes. What you ask is no simple favour. With such information to fall into the wrong hands, the lives of countless soldiers would be at risk. Even so, there is wisdom in your words. An able individual may be better suited to this task than a regiment. Very well. The Brass Blades have reported suspicious activity in the vicinity of Lost Hope. It may be unrelated to recent events, but we doubt it. I suggest you begin by speaking to the Blades posted there.
Okay.
Okay.
Off to do a talkie fetch quest.
Right. Blackbrush Station. It's been a while since we had to do.
Yeah. Oh, you're teleporting.
And
Okay,
I'll teleport
I'm
us
letting you
today,
do this.
Yeah. Today I will do teleporting. And let me take you on a date. I can show you the world, take you wonder by wonder, over, sideways and under on this etherite train. Yeah. That's the one.
Up we go.
Oh, this place.
Yes. This
Yeah.
place.
This place.
Yeah.
This was a lot harder to reach. Well, harder to reach. More inconvenient to reach before one got a flying mount. And what brings you here, adventurer? A search for refugees? Well then, you've come to the right place. Oop. Ah, you mean those refugees? Oh no, you won't find them here. Most of the people of Lost Hope have come to accept their situation and are content to pass their days in peace and quiet. Outsiders have trouble understanding that, like that merchant who passed through recently. Gregarious fellow, but awfully opinionated. Can't say I was sad to see him go. Suspicious? Friend of the Sultanate, are we? I take it this means someone's read my report. The refugees who left with the merchant have yet to return, and I am increasingly concerned that Zazawaka's suspicions were correct. You haven't the foggiest what I'm talking about, do you? Never mind. Speak with Zazawaka. He will explain everything. Okay. I didn't bring out my carbon thing. You've got yours out. I need to, at some point, we need to do the Glamour Carbuncle quest. Because we're level 50 now. We can do it now. Or we've done the level 50 quest anyway. That's a Lalafell, isn't it? Yes, it is. Ah! Don't hurt me! I'm not one of them! I beg your pardon? You're not a flame? I see. If Lurfrick bid you speak with me, then I take it you've agreed to help. 12 be praised for that, because we haven't a moment to waste. Everyone knows the flames are on the march. The others have fallen under that fanatic spell, but not I. Promises of revolution and retribution, of holding the ruling class to account and taking that which is owed. A childish fantasy. I did everything I could to dissuade the others from leaving, but few would heed my words. Now that one of our idealists has returned, however, the madness of the merchant's plan is plain for all to see. Look behind yonder tent and you'll understand why. Even now he babbles incoherently, so traumatized is he by the bloodshed he witnessed. Try as I might, I can make little sense of his words, beyond the fact that he was not alone in surviving. Yet I've no doubt that merchant will lead the remainder to their doom. I beg of you, find them before he does.
Okay. Just before we do anything,
What?
Will you check on the Yeasty Boys
Huh? Why?
to see if they're not up to like, are they behaving?
Yeah, they've gone down actually.
Okay. That's
Actually,
sorry.
that's not great because it means that they're not going to be at peak performance.
It's
You're
their
talking
sourdough
about my
starter,
sourdough starter, yes.
which went a little bit feral today.
Yeah, I fed it and it like tripled itself in size, so we're keeping an eye on it. I already had to decant some of it, and I will be baking with it after stream.
Yeah.
But yeah, we call it the Yeasty Boys because it's actually apparently a rule. You have to name your starter.
Yeah, we already had given
Your
it a name,
sourdough-
so
yeah.
like yeah.
Yeah, we had, and
yeah.
then I was like, I read that it's apparently like it's traditional. You
Mhm.
you have to name it.
Yeah, earlier today I
Important.
made pancakes with the of
Yeah, so
crust.
every time you feed it
Yeah.
the sourdough starter, you have to discard a certain amount because otherwise it will just grow exponentially, and then the whole world is covered in sourdough.
Yep.
And yeah, you can bake. It doesn't work well as a raising agent, but
No.
if you add like baking soda and stuff to it, it makes a really good tender. Anyway, we made pancakes with it. You
Yeah.
made pancakes with it, and it was great. Can recommend. You know, if you have a Yeasty Boys of your own.
Yeah, you can start it.
Yeah,
You can
it's
start
actually
your own.
surprisingly easy to start, but then you pretty much have to feed it every day. It's like having a pet. I guess like a Tamagotchi that you can make bread with.
Yeah.
Anyway, yeah. Right. This is going to be fun to read out. Well, what are you doing? Don't draw. Don't draw. Don't draw. Don't draw. Don't draw.
Well, okay, if you don't want me to make any art,
No
you
more
can-
commissions for you. Don't draw.
Wow.
Why didn't you run away with me? We could have escaped together. Then you'd be here with me. Be here to soothe me. Why did you have to stay and leave me
Okay,
alone?
I'm out of this adventuring business. I've reached my
I
limits.
understand that they had to work out how to get the emote soothe in there, but that sounded very creepy.
Yeah.
Who are you? What do you want? Die, it's true. I followed the merchant, and may the gods strike me down for my folly. What they will not give, you must take, he said. When we asked how, he revealed a cache of weapons he'd brought, and implored us to seize control of our fates. I thought about running then and there, but the others were so excited. He split us up into 2 groups, sent us off on our own, but when the flames found us, we didn't know what to do. Our leader tried to parley with theirs, but then they started arguing and then fighting, and then everyone was fighting, and the flames were shouting to give no quarter, and oh gosh, the other group! They're still out there! If we don't stop them, they'll be massacred like mine was! Smells like lilacs in here.
What?
Nothing.
Oh.
The other refugees are hiding in the caves south of Lost Hope, but to approach them would be fruitless. They would sooner call us agents of the Sultanate and try to kill us than listen to reason. Why, the twins might even deign to do the deed themselves. A pox and all the bloody sellswords. They were supposed to train us to fight, but the ones he sent with us vanished during the struggle.
Gee.
No, right?
Wow.
How about that? Oh, if only we'd never listened to that merchant's ridiculous claims. He said our cause was righteous, that the gods would never suffer for us to be defeated. Though if they were forced to confront reality... That's it! Challenge the twins to combat and show my brethren that their strongest warriors are no match for one woman. Mayhap then they will agree to lay down their arms and renounce this plot.
Look, did it occur to people that maybe I don't want to fight the twins that joke about going for their kneecaps?
Yeah, I was going to say, which twins are we talking about here?
I'll wait for you here.
It's like, see also Nulthal?
Yeah, like
Is there
that's
some
also what I
kind of-
was
like,
thinking.
is there, why am I going through the cave? Oh, because I actually have to be in the cave.
You need to be in the cave. You need to be down, not up. Don't be like me.
Oh good, no, they don't need help. That's alright then.
Was that it? Oh,
No. I was gonna say, I hope not. For their sakes. To be fair, we are like 7 levels higher than them.
yeah, it feels kind of mean.
That was, come on.
I
There
feel
must
quite
be-
bad for these guys if I'm completely honest.
Yeah.
Okay, Lalafell echo noises.
Uh-huh.
I heard your mogul. I heard the Kupo noises.
Oh yeah. Damn right you heard my Kupo. Kupo. I didn't hear it. Oh,
There you go.
Kupo noises. Hi guys, you're just sitting there watching. It's kind of funny. Hello,
Okay, there we
desperate
go.
refugee. You
Yeah,
beat him like it was nothing. Thou almighty, what are we gonna do now?
I mean, beat up Thal can do that too if you
Yeah,
if you really
It's
want
true,
me to.
you can, yeah.
That's just pretty messed up still. Like,
I'll stand in the background and sing the song.
yeah.
It's fine.
Like, I guess spoilers, but not really.
Not really, no. I mean, come on.
We get to beat up the 12.
Yeah, fun.
I haven't beaten up all 12 yet. So
Not
you
yet,
know.
no.
It's a work in progress.
Yeah. Oh, you've returned! Did you find my brethren? What of the twins? What happened? I say, well, you had no
New
choice.
cups.
But Ned, we took them out. They're Lalafell now. Better that a handful of them take a beating from you than the lot get butchered by the flames. Tell me, what did the merchant have to say when it was over? What merchant? Huh? Where else would he be? Unless he went to Stone's Throat to recruit others. Blah blah blah. That is healing. That is... yeah. Thank you very much. I will take that. I will equip it. Thanks for asking. Yeah, I will replace my brand new ring with that. Thank you. Hey, do you remember when you didn't get rings and stuff? Like, to start with. Yeah? You
Yeah,
remember
I remember.
that? Yeah?
This
Yeah.
is your reminder, I guess, my random man reminding you if you haven't entered the sweepstakes for 14,
For the
you
original
should
Fat Chocobo. You
Yeah.
should. Yeah.
get yourself one of these
Yeah.
fat white lads
Yeah. OFCs.
with a fancy hat.
Yeah. Very nice. Well done. Thanks you for your... There we go. There you go. Look, see? This lad right here. Just give him the Geisel Green already. He's so hungry.
Cake.
Cake. Yeah, I do love that it changes to cake. When
Yeah,
you
you're
fly.
like, yeah, okay, we
You're
need to
like,
up the
okay,
stakes
yeah.
here.
Yeah.
Roland Berry cake. Go!
Genuinely love that still. It's his birthday. Give him the cake.
I never really paid attention to how ridiculous the fat chocobo's little wing
Little
flaps
wings,
look.
yeah.
But it's just,
Yeah. I try not to look at whatever's going on here. It does look a little...
yeah, let's not. But the Mughals have the same.
Yeah, they do. They really... Yeah, the fat Moogle does. But yeah, sort of rogue VTuber physics going on right there. Okay. The merchant wished to approach the refugees in Stone's Throw, but was waiting until the flames withdrew their forces from the vicinity. Now that they have, there's nothing to stop him from continuing his work. How many more must perish in pursuit of this futile cause? How much more suffering must we endure before it ends? Find him. Convince him to cease his mad quest. It will surely lead us to ruin. Very eloquent. Well done. I wonder what he was in his old life.
Doing all these quests makes me appreciate the current patch content all the more.
Yes.
I never feel like I'm just going like, oh my fucking god.
I mean, this was fine at the time. And it's
Yeah.
not bad, it's just not as good as what we've got.
Yeah.
And doing this on a non-flying mount was nightmarish.
It's like back and forth, back and forth, up
like-
and down, up and
yeah,
down. Oh
hope
my
you remembered
god.
where all the bridges are.
Also, we had slower mount speed.
That's true, we
I think.
did. I think, yeah.
I think they actually added more.
I believe, yeah, when you've done a certain amount of stuff,
Yeah.
you got, yeah. Oh, and then you had to do hunts, I think.
Yeah, that was
To
you
buy
can
the
still need
upgrades.
to.
Do you?
Yes.
Oh, then I've done that. Have you seen my parents? No, I haven't. Sorry. Could have just nodded at her. She's not looking. They told me to stay here with the others. They said they'd be back soon, but it's been days. They left with the man from Uldar. The man said they were going to change everything, make it so we could live inside the walls with everyone else.
Yeah.
I liked it when he said that. I didn't like it when he talked about making the rich people pay. Everyone was so angry and I got scared.
This is
Children definitely sound like this. So, miss, are you looking for someone?
Yes.
I'm looking for a merchant. I want to buy some bags. Maybe some potions. You mean the man who left with my parents? But I don't know where he... Ominous. Wait, look! Over there! I think that's him! Oh, kid, boy, have I got some bad news for you. Well, now, which of these gullible fools should be my next victim?
Well, mate, what fucking cartoonish villain are
No,
you?
right?
Like, at least...
You! I... That's right. Run the hell away. He's getting away! Go get him, miss!
Yeah, good girl. Good girl.
Nod counter! Thank you,
Got
child.
the right spirit, kid.
Yeah. Let's go get him, miss. Well done, Socket Wrench. I'm gonna just ride on my behemoth.
Why are you saying well done? I just...
You're wearing him out. I'm gonna go across the land. I like to think that he feels the ground shaking as I run up on him. Or does this guy get murdered here? No, he doesn't.
I don't...
Do we actually completely miss the quest where that person gets murdered, or is that later on?
I don't know which quest. There are so many people.
There's one where somebody gets murdered, and I think that might be a Crystal Braves quest.
Oh yeah.
And like you go and look for somebody, but then like they're already dead.
Yeah.
And they're like, I don't know how this could have happened.
Yeah.
I think that's a Crystal Braves quest.
Yeah, I think that's
a
Crystal
chase with a
Braves.
nod. I know, right? So good. But yeah, I like to think that he felt the ground shaking as my behemoth was just like boom, 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 boom. Because, you know, one where somebody gets murdered, that's 50-50 chance a quest. It's true, there is a 50-50 chance any quest ends with murder. If it's not me murdering somebody, it's somebody else murdering other people. You know. You again? Why are you pursuing me? Because you're a bitch. Sedition, treason, revolution. That's preposterous. Who has filled your head with these lies? Refugees? The self-same refugees who terrorized the streets of Uldar? Huh. You have no evidence to prove your accusations. None. No, I will not accompany you to the Hall of Flames. You have no right to detain me.
Just we're gonna fuck around and find
They're
it.
just like,
Yeah,
oh
stare.
really? But for the sake of argument, let's say I did do the things you claim. Surely you don't think I give a cockern's arse about politics? It was business. Only business. Somehow that's worse. Dude, that is legitimately
At
worse.
least have, like...
I should throw the book at you. Because I've got a book. Hi. Yeah. Bitch.
I love that framing, actually. Like,
Right?
he kind of
Uh-oh.
looks like a sulky Emmett Silk there.
Ruh-roh. We both know I am not the one you want. However, if you agree to protect me, I swear I shall tell you everything. Yeah. Zoop. That guy.
I mean, it wasn't us.
I know who that guy is.
Gee.
Gee.
Could it be the Griffin?
Could it be? What's all this commotion?
Look at your helmets, my dudes.
7 hells.
Air pockets.
Ear pockets. They don't have ear pockets. They've just got ears sticking through.
Oh my god, they do.
They're-
Oh, this is
The
these.
Lalafell.
No,
I
what?
don't. No, no, they are. They're leather. My bad. It matches his skin colour, so I was confused for a second there. But no, it is distinctly leathery. They've spent too much time out in the sun if those aren't.
Like, just imagine how painful that must
Well,
be.
the thing is, those are at least leather ear pockets in metal armour. Eorzean don't get that consideration. They just get metal ear pockets
It's
in
just
metal
this ear.
armour.
It's just, but they designed it for themselves. I think that's it. Like,
Yeah.
the Eorzean designing those things for
Yeah.
themselves. I'm like, why are
Yeah.
you doing that?
Yeah. I mean, I almost understand it before Ishgard was perpetual snow.
Yeah.
But now you've got icy metal ear pockets. Yeah, I like that they didn't immediately assume you murdered him with an arrow. Well, maybe he does. I don't know. Oh, no, he did. They didn't. I couldn't read. I didn't read what they said.
No,
But
give it some time, they will.
I was gonna say, we do look totally sussy. We were just standing over this guy's corpse, pretending that we couldn't have killed him with an arrow. You can totally stab somebody to death with an arrow, right? Very convenient. I mean, especially given that when I played through the first time I was a bard. So I'm standing there going, wasn't me.
Promise.
I didn't shoot you. Do you want to count my arrows? That's not mine.
Look, different feathers. Yeah.
Yeah. The flight on my arrow is completely different. Shut up. Tell the others to spread out and search the area. The killer may still be close. He gets to nod. Can I nod? Actually, no, because if you say, "Did you kill this man?" and I nod, that's... God, she's cute when she's frowny. Man! The Warrior of Light's adorable when she's angry. I love it. Frown some more. Go on. Hold, adventurer. I would know more about your relationship with the victim, as well as the events leading up to his death. Explaining myself time. This man was responsible for the recent riots. Mayhap we owe his murderer a debt of gratitude. In any case, it is... Yeah, murder is never okay, okay? In any case, it is obvious you are not the one whom we seek. You may carry on with your investigation,
I
Scion.
can't believe that they just leave you off like this easy. Like,
yeah.
Later on, like, okay,
Well,
you walk into
the thing
Ishgard,
is-
everything is your fault.
Yeah, but at the moment, the thing is, you have a small reputation right now, and also as a member of the Scions, you have a certain amount of trust placed in you.
Yeah, I know.
Which then gets turned completely on its head.
Yeah.
When they're just like, oh, well, maybe it's been all too convenient that we trusted you. Clearly you're all... And then in Ishgard, everything is... Yeah, Ishgard is Ishgard.
Ishgard is... I fucking hate Ishgard.
Yeah.
It's just, like...
You,
the fact that
as a character that is Ishgardian, you also hate Ishgard.
Yeah.
Your Ishgardian character hates Ishgard.
Like, just the concept of your, like... People settling, like, for all the housing areas. Like, I still don't understand why you would want Ishgard. I mean, yeah, if you want the housing place, sure.
Yeah.
But I'm like, first of all, there's a statue of Halone in every freaking corner, and I know she's pretty freaking cool. I like her too.
Is...
As a...
Sorry, Halone.
But I don't like the Ishgardian version of her.
Halone. Is it me you're looking
shit.
for? We're going, it's fine. Were you not done? Did you not talk to him?
I didn't talk to him afterwards.
Oh, socket wrench!
You go ahead, I'll be right there.
I'm so sorry.
I just listened to your voice acting. I didn't want to, like, get distracted. But I haven't spoken to the little shit.
You could have just clicked through it.
Yeah, well, it's
Can you
right
jump
outside
up?
of the
I think
gates. I'll be right
You can
there.
jump up here, can't you? Yeah, you can. I like that about this one.
Fucking bullshit.
What news, Pocket? Where is the merchant? Fucked up. Murdered! Damn it all to the seventh hell! He was not simply murdered, Pocket. He was silenced. Too many knew his face, and he was ready to divulge his secrets. Do not despair, though. We may be closer to identifying the true orchestrator of these riots than you realise.
Are we there? Are we fucking really?
I can tell you he did it. But I'm not going to. That seems too convenient. I think you should work it out yourselves. Boop. A message for me? Okay. The Flame General left word that you were to proceed to the Fragrant Chamber as soon as you returned. He wishes to discuss your recent discoveries, as well as the results of your own investigation. Master Alfino has already been informed and should be waiting for you outside. Pray proceed to the Royal Promenade with all haste and speak with Bartholomew.
I really wish it wasn't called the Fragrant Chamber.
I know,
It's like, are we going to the toilet?
Hello, ghastly goose. It's not that kind of fragrant, my sweet.
But hello, Goose! And Faf.
And fat.
How you doing? Long time no see!
I
Hope
don't
you're
know
doing
why I
well.
called you ghastly goose. It's been goose this whole time. I was
It's
distracted.
been so long you were being formal.
Goose, yes. Goose the ghastly. do, 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 do. Don't mind me. Every time I get sent to the fragrant chamber, I get nervous. For
good reason.
obvious reasons. I'm just like, what could possibly go wrong? It's fine. We've been expecting you, madam. Please proceed inside. This is fine. Nothing here. Nothing at all. Fat fell asleep on your shins an hour ago, and you're barely awake as a result. Yeah. Oh, so you were around last week. That's okay.
Surprised of your recent activities.
Sorry,
Made
Raubon.
great strides towards quelling the violence.
I didn't do nothing, unless you're talking to Alfie, in which case, yeah.
Despite
Definitely.
our best efforts to
I'm so
determine what
glad my
provoked
main
this
snail request
uprising,
isn't messing up.
the truth continues to elude us. Have you uncovered aught which might shed some light on the mystery?
Oh my god.
What?
It wouldn't give me the follow-up quest for the main scenario until I picked up Legacy of Alec.
Huh?
I think I accidentally picked up basically, it forced me to pick up the follow-up of the Crystal Tower quest because I think I've talked to somebody
Oh.
who you haven't potentially.
No, I haven't progressed with that one
But
at all.
That's why it wasn't
I
working for me.
see.
Sorry, I was distracted.
And you have to
for
do
some-
that at Commander Swift, presumably.
Yes.
How crazy!
That was all. Sorry, I got confused.
Oh, pets are like that. I hate when they do that. You don't want to disturb them, but you need to eat.
Yeah, that's a whole mode.
Yeah.
Tyrion's also like.
Well, the thing is, with her,
unmovable.
all you have to do is say, like,
Yeah.
the word that starts with F and ends in ood,
Yeah.
or the word that starts in H and ends in hungry,
Yeah.
or a couple of other words that we use for her meal times, and that tends to wake her up. Like, she can be snoring and I'll say those things and she'll just be like
Yeah, that is
which is
true.
convenient. But yeah. Yes, you said that out loud, didn't you, Alphino? Okay. You get to nod. He gets to nod.
This information does not leave this room.
Do we
Can
need
I
to
nod?
Do we need to start a Rob do not counter?
Yeah, Rob to nod. Everyone else got to nod counter. Yeah.
The Syndicate's decision to reject the Doman refugees' appeal for asylum had lasting repercussions. A number of those displaced by the calamity claimed it was proof of a policy of discrimination.
Yeah, I mean, fair. But, okay, so I did not agree that the information doesn't leave this room. I didn't nod. Again, I think a robbed nod counter is appropriate.
Together with a group of Alamegan refugees, they organized a series of demonstrations to protest against the Sultanate.
Also, to clarify, Goose, we're not blaming you for not like
Oh my god,
showing
no!
up last
We were
week.
just
It's
concerned.
fine. We were just like, oh no, I hope Goose is okay. That's all. It's not like you weren't here. Where were you? Actually, it's fine.
Demonstrations which became heated, but did not descend into violence.
Your mum's dog recognizes the command F off or cough when children are present. That's really funny. I know that both our dogs understood when I said to them, "Bugger off!" They'd get out of the kitchen usually.
Mm-hmm.
That was their cue for leaving. Yes.
Until a certain incident served as a call to arms.
A certain incident. Huh?
A unit of brass blades sent to supervise a demonstration loosed arrows upon unarmed protesters.
Well, that seems awfully saucy.
It was this atrocity which prompted the refugees to take up arms. I need not tell you what followed.
I mean, yeah. Gee, randomly firing upon unarmed people who were quietly protesting. That seems like a recipe for absolutely no escalation whatsoever.
No.
Oh, I'm glad that you've upscaled to tired brain time. I'm sorry that you had bad brain time. Yeah. Fatigue is a wonderful leveler, isn't it?
We assumed at first that the attack was born of a miscommunication. When emotions run high, they happen. But suspicions were raised regarding the unit's commanding officer, whom I ordered interrogated.
And did he jingle when you shook him?
Sure enough, our fears were soon confirmed. The dog confessed that a merchant had offered him coin to give the order. A merchant in the employ of Teleji Adeleji.
Teleji Adeleji? That guy? Who could have guessed?
Not me,
Who?
no way.
Who?
Teleji Adeleji.
Okay, Alfino. Sit down.
But he spoke in favor of the Doman's cause.
Let the man be
He never
passionate.
seemed sympathetic towards the refugees' plight. Why would he do such a thing?
Yeah, it's very, very convenient, isn't it, that he was mysteriously in favor of the refugees.
Know you of the Cartano Reclamation Bill?
Keep the Cartano Reclamation Bill in your Hartano Reclamation Bill.
It is a proposal to annex the Cartano Flats so that refugees may establish permanent settlements.
What happened about that? Just kind of
When
dropped
last
it.
I looked, that was disputed territory.
Ah, that's what happened to it.
Yeah, nothing happened to it, I don't think. It's
Some
still
might
just
even call
neutral.
it a battlefield.
Wait, Cartano, isn't that literally where the Grand... No, that's Wolf...
The Cartano
Isle.
Flats, yes, that is where it took place.
What?
The
It.
battle against Bahamut.
Yes, I know that. No, I was actually talking about one of the places where the Grand Companies all fight
Yeah.
now with each other. It's not a PvP area, is what I'm saying.
Oh, maybe.
I don't think it is.
I know
I'm
nothing.
I actually don't even know exactly where the Cartano Flats are at this point. Like,
Let's
because
pretend
they
I
were
know.
remarkably inconsistent. Like, there's places in, for example, the Answers video / the Realm Reborn trailer, where you should be able to see the Crystal Tower, allegedly, according to maps, but you can't. So it always confuses me, because I'm like, okay, so where is that compared to that? Because if that is there, then you should be able to see the Crystal Tower right in the background of this cute little cutscene right here, and you can't. And, yeah. Teledi is the... Or Teledi? Teledi is the Welsh word for TV. That's beautifully.
Oh my god.
I think I knew that.
Teledi. That's a really good
Teledi.
word for it, actually.
Yeah, I agree. I think I've heard that before.
The Dutch is televisie.
Yes. And what is the Dutch for microwave?
Magnetron.
I love it. Magnetron! It sounds so epic, doesn't it, though? Like, I know it's basically what it does. But, like, it's more of a descriptor than microwave. But, like, it just always sounds so Transformers.
Magnetron popcorn, yeah.
Yeah. That sounds so... Okay, but seriously, though. Magnetron popcorn sounds so much more badass than microwave popcorn. Popcorn with the little wave. It's like, popcorn with the magnetron. Okay, I'll stop now, but it delights me every time. Yeah. Oh, going back in the past. Oh yeah, I think you guys
The
also
destruction
have...
wrought by Bahamut was greatest at the Cartano Flats. That much is common knowledge.
Yeah, I vaguely remember reading that the Welsh word for microwave is similar, I think. Unless it's just microwave. Wife micro.
Yeah, Dutch and Welsh actually, ye oldie Dutch is very close to Welsh.
It's like there are a lot of Scottish Celtic words that are extremely similar to a lot of Danish words.
Gee.
And it's like, gee, I wonder what happened there. English speakers having no clue about the language and thinking it sounds silly. Yes, well, those English speakers are big dummies, aren't they?
I mean, come on, have they ever listened to English? Like, I don't know, no offense,
No.
but the English
No
language
English
is really
speaker
dumb.
actually listens to English. Come on. You think I hear myself speak? No, I just talk. I expect everyone else to hear me.
I think it's primarily because the way it's grown. It's such a borrow words language. It's beautiful.
It's very much a borrow words language. And then we laugh at other countries for, like, using English words, but in their own accents.
Yes.
Like, hearing German people talk about computing things is really funny, and I
Oh.
can't for the life of me think about...
Oh
Oh my god, I can't remember any of them now. Isn't that ridiculous? It doesn't matter anyway, let's let Raban get on with it.
What is less well known is that his rampage laid bare ancient Alagon ruins, of which no record existed.
Gee, how about that?
There are certain differences of opinion as to how these ruins should be handled, which is why each nation maintains a military presence in the region to this day.
Yeah.
Oh, so you get a magical cat boy.
But where is it? What? Oh, yes, but there's no crystal tower here.
No, but...
Yet differ though we may, we
Oh,
are
Pop
still
de Ping.
allies.
Oh, yeah, Pop de Ping!
Therefore, in the interest of preserving the
Yeah.
Eorzean alliance, we have reached an agreement.
I think, I vaguely remember Pop de Ping going around at some point because somebody claimed that was what it was. And then linguistics experts were like, no. That's literally one of those things that's kind of like, it's almost like an urban legend that somebody thought, like, okay, but if Welsh people were going to say microwave, what would they say? Probably something silly like Pop de Ping. And, yeah. I think I remember hearing that discourse probably over a decade ago now, I've got to say, on the good old BBC Radio 4, which I used to listen to at night to help me go to sleep because it was boring. But then it got stressful because it was full of posh people, so it kept me up.
Oh my god.
So I stopped listening to it. And now I don't listen to it ever. Because, God, do you really want to be the kind of person that listens to BBC Radio 4? No, I didn't think so. I used to listen to BBC Radio 4 Extra. The digital radio station that used to be Radio 7. But only because they had really good sci-fi for a while. They used to broadcast all them. But the Archers, my no joke, my mother listened to the Archers up until, a few years ago. I think that's just because she said the plot lines were getting unrealistic. I'm like, Mother, it's a soap opera. What do you expect? But bloody Archers. Don't even.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I made you listen to it at one point because I kind of got weirdly obsessed with
Yeah.
it. When I was living in the Netherlands,
Mm-hmm.
the Archers became strangely comforting. And then they started getting really stupid storylines.
They didn't
Even
throw like
worse.
one guy off the roof. That's kind of what you called it.
Did they throw one off
Yeah,
the
well,
roof?
didn't he get like hit by lightning or some shit?
Oh my god, that was on their, like, 50-year special or some shit. Yeah, no, some guy got killed. Because he was, like, on the roof and everyone was drunk and it was just like,
See?
oh my
Theo
god,
remembers
yeah. Was it like Neil or Nigel or somebody like that? And it turned out he was like an amazingly nice person and he died and there was his widow and, oh, we're like, oh, didn't he have 2 young twins? Or something. Lily and something. I don't remember and I don't care. You had to bring up the bloody Archers. You had to bring up the bloody Archers.
Okay, but do you know what the Afrikaans word is for microwave?
No, I don't. Why would I know what the Afrikaans word is for microwave?
Microgolf.
Sorry, micro what?
Microgolf.
Microgolf.
I think so, yeah. Let me check if they might pronounce it like microgolf, but yeah.
Microgolf.
Yeah, they took like the golf being wave in Dutch.
Golf.
And then
Okay,
the
so
microwave part.
They had a perfectly good magnetron, and they turned it into a direct translation. Microgolf.
Yeah.
Okay. No, I don't like that. No, don't listen to the Archers. Please don't, Goose. You won't enjoy it. It used to be 15 minutes of weirdly boring but strangely reassuring time. And then they started running out of boring plot lines, and they started deciding that they needed to attract the youth. And it just got weird. It's just about a little farming village called Ambridge in Barsetshire. And there's a load of farmers, and it used to just be like, oh, the rich farmer did something to annoy the poor farmer, but they can't get back at him because he's rich, and, you know, something about potatoes. And then there was, like, the radio's first gay kiss between Adam and Ian in the strawberry-growing polytunnels, and it was... I'm sure it was a revolutionary moment, but it was really wet sounding, and it made me really uncomfortable. Not because it was a gay kiss, because I'm okay with those, but because it was just so moist. But if you don't make it moist, how do you know there are tongues? Am I right? But still, ew. Anyway, there was just... I don't know. I listened to it because my mother used to listen to it, like, my whole life.
I remember coming over, and you guys were like, oh, it's Archer's time, and I was like, what the hell?
And I kind of got into it. And then I was like, hang on, what am I doing with my life? I know. I'm glad that people would assume that I'm okay with gay kissing. I'm just saying, I have to clarify, it made me really uncomfortable, but not for that reason.
Yeah.
Anyway, Raubon has things to say, and this flag's getting really boring. Let's get on with it.
Oh, I was going to give you another Dutch word you might enjoy.
Oh, yes,
during the course of military exercises in the region shall have no bearing on relations between our nations.
I'm pretty sure it did used to be a PvP area, actually.
Yeah.
Because he's really talking about PvP stuff here. Maybe this is when they reintroduced it.
Mm-hmm.
I could believe that. Give me the Dutch word, please.
I actually know the Dutch word for escalate.
Escalator. I do, but I don't know it. Oh, but I'm sure you've told me before.
Roltrap.
No, I didn't know that. What? Rolltrap.
Roll.
Oh, rolltrap! Oh my god, that makes so much sense. Like, roll stairs.
Yes, rolling stairs.
That's
yeah.
Rolltrap. Okay, so stairs in Dutch, and I think Danish too, actually, are called trap.
Mm-hmm.
Like, T-R-A-P.
Yeah, trap.
Yeah, trap. And they're always really steep because of that whole Dutch building tax thing with the narrow houses where you had steep stairs. So all stairs are traps and traps. Anyway, if you can't see it and you can't hear it, you're okay with it? Yeah. I agree. Kissing when done on the radio is actually particularly bad for me because they always have to make it sound like kissing is happening, so they always make it very wet. It's like they put their fingers in like a custard dessert, and that's how they make the kissing noise. You know, like the coconut horseshoe type thing, clop, clop, clop. But it's like, I swear, they just get one of those little, what they called? You know. Oh, what are they called? The custards. Custard creams. You know the ones I mean, right? No, custard creams are kind of biscuit. What? Oh, you know what I mean? The puddings. The creme caramel.
Maybe it's time we return to Final Fantasy.
Creme caramel. You know, it sounds like somebody just mashed their hand into that. That's always what it sounds like.
What a waste of food.
Well, you can lick it off afterwards. It's fine.
Oh.
Off your hand, which is clean.
No.
Do you not think is your hand not clean? Are you not comfortable licking a creme caramel off your hand, socket wrench? Go and wash your hands, you minger.
I don't want to comment on this.
In full knowledge of this delicate state of affairs, Teleji Adeleji proposed the Cartano Reclamation Bill.
I'm sure he did. Kneecaps! Hello, Izet. Alfino is in fact in this cutscene. Sort of. I mean, he's not here.
A
No, he
shameless
almost had his
bloody
kneecaps
ruse
taken
Yeah.
off.
stands to benefit him in but one conceivable way.
Indeed. But we have in fact talked about kneecapping him. So you're not... You were here in spirit.
If successful, he will gain control over the disputed territory
Oh, have
under
fun.
the guise of assisting in
Oh.
the resettlement effort.
Yeah.
And you can be sure he'll build an orphanage next to every
Go say-
Allagan ruin.
Yeah, go say hi.
Yeah,
Go say that we say hi.
Say hi. Tell Ganondoodles we say hi, and
If
we're
you're
very,
okay with doing
very cross with him for stealing our stream time.
Yeah.
Dividing our audience.
Mm-hmm.
How dare he? Very inconsiderate. That was a joke. But go send our best. I hope he's having a good time.
Mm.
Yes. Teleji should not have any Allagan ruins.
The man would threaten a unity
No, can you
of the
imagine
Eorzean
Lalafell with
Alliance
like
and risk
Allagan
countless
tech?
lives for personal gain?
He
This
walks
guy,
a
man.
path all his own,
I mean, Allagan.
independent of any
sorry.
faction and beholden to none of his fellows on the Syndicate.
Mm.
I mean, like, Allagan technology full stop was basically only for like personal gain. So
Well, that is true,
technically
exactly.
speaking, these kind of people are exactly the kind of people who.
Yes, but they're exactly the kind of people who therefore shouldn't.
Mm-hmm.
You know, the people who want the power the most are really the people who shouldn't have it at any cost. That's generally how it works. What are Ganondoodle's pronouns, do you know?
I think it might be he day these days.
Oh.
I think you got it right, but I'll double check.
Sorry, I actually just realised I don't want to be. I know that before
By
you.
inciting
Yeah.
the less fortunate to violence, he hopes to convince others that the
Oh,
Cartelo
it's they then.
Reclamation Bill
Oh.
is the only viable
Well.
solution.
My bad. Oops. They them. Sorry, my bad.
His sympathy for the plight of the Domans was not but posturing to gain credibility with the refugees. Of that there can be no doubt.
No doubt. I mean, gee, can we? Is anybody actually surprised?
Forgive me, but what could possibly motivate Teleji Adeleji to go to such lengths? What is so special about these ruins that he would risk his position on the Syndicate, and, most likely, charges of treason against the Sultanate?
Tell me this is like pre everything Alfino.
Like we literally
Without telling me it's pre everything
Yeah.
Alfino. Like Allagan ruins, though.
Also, we use their things as currency. Elfina, have you spoken to Rowena?
Yeah, right? It's like, yeah, we literally get Allagan silver pieces and
Yeah.
stuff.
Yeah, exactly. Like he literally gave it to us.
Yeah. Yes, true, he did. He did. They say hello back. Yay! I hope they're having fun. Also, really, really sorry. I accidentally misgendered them earlier on. I thought they were like... Yeah. Oops. Used the wrong pronouns. I'm sorry. But yay, I hope they're having fun. And I'm glad they're streaming, actually. And I hope they have a really good time streaming, too. Enjoy. Enjoy. Maybe we should raid them later.
Do you even know how to do that? Because
No!
I don't.
No, I've never done it before. I know we have raids turned off on our channel because when we started up Twitch streaming, there were a lot of hate raids going around,
Yeah,
and we
that's
just
great.
decided that, like,
We weren't having that.
yeah, it was too much stress on top of 2020. / raid name, I think that would make sense. I'm not even. Oh yeah, I think you can actually. There is literally a quick action over here called
There's a raid
raid
channel.
channel. So I'm wondering if you can just like.
I'm gonna press the
Don't
button.
press the button. Okay, press the button. Go ahead. But I think you're not supposed to do it in the middle of a stream. I mean,
No.
our stream.
I don't even think we can do it. Anyway.
No? Okay. It's possible that because we've got raids turned off on our end that we can't raid them. Anyway. No, don't press the button. So, yeah, like I'm pretty sure that you when you raid a channel, you send everybody over to other people's channel. You know? Should maybe don't do that.
No. I haven't done it, don't worry.
Yeah. But anyway. Alfie said that. Yes, he did. Click.
Omega.
Oh, that guy. I forgot that Omega was there.
Oh my god!
Yeah, they really started dropping Omega super early, huh?
Dude! I forgot Omega came from that juice pot.
Pardon?
Yeah. Oh my god, the fact that Alfie's like, huh? I've never heard of Omega, what? I keep forgetting still that they really dropped Omega in so soon.
Yeah, but they didn't really clearly say what was in there. It was more like they could do whatever the hell they wanted with it.
Yeah.
An
I know, I
Allagan
crushed 80.
monstrosity, not unlike the Ultima weapon. Mayhap larger, we know not. It has yet to be fully excavated.
Yeah, gee, Allagan. Omega. Yep. Definitely Allagan.
Yeah.
Wow. Wow.
Yeah,
Allagan inscriptions indicate that it was
mess
created
around
to
with
fell
Omega, didn't they?
Bahamut himself.
No.
Allagans didn't create Omega.
Yes. No, but they've messed around with it, I think.
Oh yeah, they did. Yeah, they screwed around with it. But they didn't make it.
No. I mean,
It's Omicron.
yeah. Like I said, another crashed alien.
But like, yeah, Allagan inscriptions indicate that it was created to fell Bahamut himself. So I guess they were trying to modify it so it would work for them.
yeah.
Or alternatively, they just really didn't think it through. Which is possible. Although if it was me, I would have just taken that bit out. Anyway.
If accurate, it might explain why Nail Van Darnus chose to bring the Red Moon down upon the Cotonou Flats.
Yeah, they made this. I made this. Yeah, it's very Allagan in attitude, isn't it? That's your idea? That's adorable. That's my idea. I did this. Yeah, all my own.
Given the ends he went to ensure Eorzea's annihilation,
Yeah, I double
destroying the
checked.
one weapon which could stay the Elder Primal may well have seemed like good sense.
What?
Oh, when Omega crashed, like it was basically dormant.
Yeah.
And it was then discovered by the Allagan Empire during the Third Asteroid Era. Buried within a rock stratum. Anyway, they deciphered the language and conversed with the technologists studying it. Anyway, TLDR, they do pretend now that they created
Right,
it.
they pretended that they
Yeah.
created it when they just found it in a hole
And then messed around with it.
and decided to speak to it.
Yes.
Yeah. Cute. Good idea, right? Like, what could possibly go wrong?
Like, the fact also that Omega was instantly, like, understanding the Allagan.
Yeah, that didn't occur to them that maybe that was dodgy.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, Omega being, I mean, I guess spoilers, kind of, but Omega being a weapon created, by the most warlike race in the universe.
Yeah.
Who have conquered pretty much every single civilization they ever encounter. They have transcended their own human biology.
Yeah.
Like, they are no longer organic. They are purely machines. And they sent one of their strongest weapons to follow an alien refugee who escaped from their planet just before the Omicron completely destroyed it. With how many of its brood?
Did he have like 7, 8?
Was it
seven?
8?
I forget. Basically, like.
Anyway, it was Midgardsormr and his babies. Omega was sent literally to chase down Midgardsormr and his brood.
Yeah.
Transcended mortality. Thank you. Yeah. So dragons are aliens in Final Fantasy 14.
Yep.
So that's the thing that I guess is a spoiler, but also, yeah, dragons are aliens. Yeah.
I also just like the fact that then like the elegants came across Omega and were like, yeah, but you can fight primals, right? So we're gonna ask you nicely if you can fight like the primals for us.
Yeah. Omega just being like, yeah, I can fight anything.
Yeah.
Let me at him. Let me at him.
So Omega is a very curious creature, which is kind of fascinating, really.
Omega, as in it's a curious creature, as in Omega is full of curiosity.
Yes.
Rather than Omega is a curious
Both,
creature.
actually.
But yes, it's curious and also, well, it's a learning machine because if you don't learn, you can't defeat.
Yes.
That's
exactly.
one of the
it
things.
learns to defeat.
Yeah, like, I mean,
AI.
its entire, yeah, well, quite. Its entire existence is to learn about the enemies and learn how to, yeah. It Sun Tzu's that thing.
Mhm.
Anyway, Pip.
When first I bore witness to the power of the Ultima weapon, I doubted the evidence of my senses. And now you tell me there is another such weapon. One which could contend with Bahamut. Bahamut!
Like, yeah, I mean, it's kind of not really surprising that it could contend with Bahamut.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, it was designed to kill Midgard Soma.
Yeah. So it just went for a child.
Yeah, it's like...
Aye, we were skeptical ourselves. Truth be told, until the Ultima weapon's existence came to light, we thought the inscription had been mistranslated.
It's just kind of funny after having defeated the Ultima weapon. Like, no, you don't understand. Omega is so much worse.
At present, Omega is more akin to a fossil than a tool of war, having long since ceased to function. As such, its true potential cannot accurately be gauged.
Uh-huh.
I mean, she's not entirely wrong.
No, she's not entirely wrong. It is currently dormant.
Let's keep it that way, really.
For now.
Yeah.
However,
But then, no.
if someone were to restore it, as the Garleans did the Ultima weapon, I have little doubt that he would wield untold power.
Yep. I mean, Ultima weapon we took down with 4 people.
8.
4?
This was originally 8.
Yeah, it was originally 8, but it's 4 now. You can take it down with your squadron. I mean, your duty support.
Yeah, but let's give it a break
4 of
here.
you.
It used to
Yeah,
require 8 of
4
you.
of you, though. Omega's like a
8-man raid.
8-man raid. Yeah.
So the same.
No, Ultima's 4 now. Come
Yeah,
on.
okay, fine.
Anyway.
Power enough to subjugate Uldar like as not, and the rest of Eorzea besides, which is doubtless why Teleji Adeleji yearns to have it.
I mean, yes, definitely, but it would also kill him, so...
That
Nobody
he
wins.
should aspire to world domination. He who has ever walked 2 paces behind Lord Lolorito in matters of commerce.
He is a little bitch, it's true. Not in a fun
Tis in
way.
acknowledgement of his own limitations that he seeks this power. Woe betide us all should we allow him to have it.
Yeah, little man stomps along, gets bigger power because he can't make friends any other way, right?
Yeah.
So he's gonna make them love him. We've seen it before.
Pray waste no time chasing rats. Only a fool would believe that secrets can be kept in Uldar.
It would seem the implications of the Sultanate's refugee problem are rather more far-reaching than we assumed.
It's true. I guess that's what happened to the Cartano problem. Oh, I nodded. Yay! I mean, that's what happened. That's why we don't hear about it anymore. Woohoo! And then out we are. I should put that necklace in my chest. I'm pretty sure it's not as good. Yes, not good. I mean, it's better even. There we go. Yeah, even star gear. Blimey.
Yeah, we used to get that anyway.
No, I know. I just hadn't realised that we were already on even star gear.
Yeah, we're
So-
finally getting decent gear. That's not just like...
Yeah. I hate when they do all classes because it means I have to think. Like, no, I know that the
You
even
should- yeah.
star gear is always caster gear. I think like Auroral is
Aurora's caster gear.
Is it?
Isn't it?
No. Dex to vitality, critical hit, and direct hit. I think it's long range. I don't remember. It's been a while. But I hate having to think. I should be glad.
I just look at the stats.
Yeah, I know. And then I have to think about them. Did you log out?
No, I accidentally
you
clicked
hope the
on the
second
launcher
client.
again.
Oh, my bad. Yeah, I mean, that's my point. When I look at the stats, it means I actually have to think about what I'm looking at.
Yeah, fine.
What makes you think that I, off the top of my head, know what I need? Like, if it's got tenacity, I know it's probably tank gear.
Yes. Always.
Yeah. Always.
Okay.
Metaphorically, probably tank gear. Don't split hairs, I'll split you.
Wow.
Or I'm not Lady Pocket.
Okay. I'll be over here. Thank you. Good night.
And then Pockets of Resistance.
Pockets of resistance.
I should be glad to know the truth, and yet the thought that all this chaos was the product of one man's lust for power sickens me. How long do you think they intended to hide the existence of Omega from the Scions? That they even felt the need to do so is most troubling. Alfie, you're not actually entitled to other people's political secrets. You know that, right?
But he is just
Sickens
trying
me.
to be
Time
like
to
a
make my own
grandpapa.
police. Yeah, what? Yeah, I know. The fact that the fact that knowing about Omega could have like let him be more like Granddaddy.
Oh my god, imagine it. Oh no.
No.
Omega would have actually killed us.
Yes, it would. Yeah. No, at this time as well. I mean, Omega practically kills us in the raid.
Yeah. Actually, what saved us? Oh yeah, I do remember what saved us.
Uh-huh. Yeah. Yeah. We don't, that's not a, yeah. Omega, it's kind of just luck, really.
Yeah.
And determination.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, if Omega had been unleashed, we would have, the whole world, it would have been bad, okay? It would be in our best interests to learn more of the military activities in the disputed territories. You are, of course, the scion best suited to this task, Private Fluff.
Private Fluff don't know her.
Alfie knows her. Ew, wait, no.
You did that to yourself.
Oh,
my god.
it's a baby. Do take a moment to visit Maelstrom Command and make inquiries at the earliest available opportunity. Nod counter. Time to forget.
Not counter.
Be gone, whelp! This is no place for children!
Again, child.
Oh, is it the kid? I think so.
Oh.
Yeah, it is. I'm sorry. The child that sounds very much like a child, because I can totally do children. I should just have made her lisp. She could have been another... Was it Katie who'd liked
Katie,
fire?
I think so, yeah.
But at the same time, I don't want to comedy her up by giving her a lisp. Because, you know.
Yeah.
My mummy and daddy is dead. I was looking for you. They killed my parents. Kind of sucky. I was looking for you, miss. You said you were looking for the man you left with my parents. You know this girl.
No.
I just explained it. I could have just nodded. This could have been a meeting. An email. This could have been a nod. So he visited Stone's Throw as well. I see. Did you find the man? Were my parents with him? They were not, I'm afraid. However, I can think of several places they might be. If you like, we can go and look for them together. Can't believe I just accidentally made Alphinae say I'm. I am. I am. Alphino doesn't know apostrophes. Really? You'll help me look, mister? Jeepers, mister. You're really strong.
Oh god.
Of course. But first, I must needs finish speaking with my friend. She's telling me a secret, you see, so no one else is allowed to listen. Mayhap you could wait for me by that pillar over there. We require but a moment. She's probably about like 3 years younger than you, Alfie. Okay, mister, I'll be waiting. I'll take her to the quicksand. Mayhap VoD will know what to do. A legion of Garleans, an ether-starved primal, even dealing with an Ascian would be preferable to this charade. I agree, Alfie, no, actually. Can we have Shadowbringers already, please? I miss my bitches. Sometimes I fear Minfilia is too ambitious. We rush hither and yon in response to threats as they arise, without concern for the strain it places on our limited resources and ourselves. Yeah, sure, Alfino, it's Minfilia the one who's too ambitious.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, what? Wow, okay, no.
Yeah, absolutely. Mayhap the time has come for a change. Alfie, no.
Alfie, no.
Alfie, no. Pocket, this is Minfilia. I know this is sudden, but I must ask you to return to Revenant's Toll with all due haste. The situation in the Twelveswood has taken a turn for the worse. Barramu? Barramu!
Yep.
I will explain in detail once you arrive.
I like the fact also that because they cut all those quests, it's like, what situation,
yeah,
really?
Yeah, exactly. She's mentioned it very briefly before that.
Yeah, something like
Yeah, but yeah, they've chopped up of Alfie and Shadow Revolution. Yeah. If we do not crack the world's shell, we will die without being born. The Twelveswood? Then the primal threat she spoke of before has been confirmed. I have received no reports of Ixali activity, which leaves the Sylphs. Go, Pocket. You know as well as I that the appearance of a primal takes precedence over all else. Oh, and when you arrive, do inform the antecedent that while I am grateful for her concern, she needn't fear for my safety. I am more than capable of protecting myself. Well, I nodded, so I'll forgive you, Alfie. But Alfie... No.
Legitimately, sir.
Sir, you are not.
Oh.
Baby. I don't understand that reference, Dio. And I'm sorry. Oh, it was Tataru.
Oh,
That's what you meant. Oh, ooh. Tataru.
Yeah.
Sorry. Yeah, no. Tataru was the one who said that. Yes, it's true. Minfilia didn't care. Sorry. Yeah, no. I was just thinking. I was trying to think of any anime that was had some kind of protagonist called Tararu. And then I realized. Wait. Hang on. I know this one. I do understand that reference. I'm sorry, Dio. I'm very stupid, so.
That's okay.
You miss a comma, I miss the plot. Don't worry. I have returned it to the Rising Stones.
Every single time I want to say Rising Sands, I'm like, no, stop.
No. Hop, 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 hop. Hey, remember last week when we established that my game is weird?
Oh God, yes.
Does it still do it?
No.
Ooh. Yes, it does. So, yeah, entrance to the Rising Stones, or exit to the Rising Stones, and entrance to the Solar, literally, I don't know, why are they on the other side of the door? Why is it there?
Because it's very peculiar. Why does it render it? It's literally a different instance.
Yeah.
Why is it there?
They must have just tucked it behind there or something for whatever reason, and it's just, yeah. Serpent Herald, hi, I'm ignoring you. Minfilia, hello. It is a relief to see you healthy and hale, Pocket. The latest news from Uldar was most disturbing. Yeah, it was fine actually though. I got a man shot in the chest. It was fine.
Glad we had to talk.
Clearly, the only injury Alfino suffered was to his ego.
Yeah.
Doubtless it will heal ere long.
Sure, let's keep saying that.
Yeah. He needs it, though. Much as I hate to admit it.
Yeah, he does.
He's... Oh, what a little snot. God. Kick him in the kneecaps. He'll get back up again stronger. The other scions will need to be present for this meeting. If you are ready to begin, I will summon them now. Yes.
It's good. If I find out this could have been a link pearl call.
Yeah, this could have been a link pearl. I agree. Yeah, he unfortunately does in fact need a trauma. Yeah, it has made him grow immensely as a person. He's even worse without the extra quests, though. Oh good, it's not voiced. I hope everybody doesn't speak in turn or anything, and say things and interject and make me have to read who's speaking before I start talking or anything inconvenient like that. Because that never happens, right?
No.
Thank you for responding to my call with such haste. Rest assured, I should not have summoned you were it not urgent. To business, then. I have received some most disturbing news from the Order of the Twin Adder. They have reason to believe that the Sylphs may have called forth their revered guardian, the primal Ramu.
Just get out some hogs, you'll be fine.
I'm sorry, may have. Then it is not certain.
Oh!
The Elder Seedseer informs us that the elementals themselves murmur of the Lord of Levin's return to the forest. The Sylphlands, however, display no signs of undue commotion. Forgive me, antecedent, but that fact need not contradict the elemental's testimony. Unlike his more bellicose compeers, Karuda and so on, Ramu is reputed to act only in the defense of his children. I imagine he would soon make his presence known if any were foolish enough to directly endanger the Sylphs or their territory. The abruptness of this development concerns me. Were we not keeping a close watch on the touched ones and their movements? Were we?
No, we were not!
We were not! You cut those quests out! We, in fact, were not! If preparations for a summoning ritual were indeed underway, 'twould surely not have escaped your notice.
Well, you know, actually, yes, 100%.
Yeah. Oh, it didn't. I was pretty sure it was going to happen, just not this soon. I beg your pardon. You foresaw this eventuality and did naught to prevent it.
Okay,
I told Papalimo. I suppose I could have reported things to Minfilia earlier, but there honestly wasn't much we could do except wait and see. You know how the Sylphs feel about people poking around in their territory. They already summoned Ramu once, right after the calamity, but that was because the Garleans came tramping through the forest.
Yeah, valid.
And so long as Castrum... Oh, really? I'm sorry, Papalimo. I did you dirty there. And so long as Castrum Orion stands, the Sylphs cannot be blamed for wishing to have their guardian deity on hand. Problem is, he does sound like that, doesn't he? It's really unfortunate. In short, Ida and I are in agreement. The actions of the forest folk were inevitable and unavoidable. And I maintain that observation would have remained the best policy had it not been for the sudden influx of strangers into the Black Shroud. That, alas, we did not foresee. By all accounts, the recent violence in Uldar drove a number of refugees to seek safety under the concealing canopy of the trees. 'Tis like that the Sylphs perceived this panicked migration as yet another invasion, and quickened their efforts to summon their god.
Understandably.
Indeed. I am put in mind of Titan and the kobolds. Once again, it is the affairs of men which have paved the way for a primal's coming. Indeed, one cannot help but wonder what manner of place Eorzea would be without the civilizing influence of mankind. Be that as it may, this regrettable development does afford us a unique opportunity. Pocket. Through your dealings with the Sylphs of Little Solace, you once succeeded in preventing an untimely conflict with Gridania. Did I? I did. I wonder, might one who has treated with the Sylphs so fruitfully in the past not achieve similar success with their patron deity? By Ramu. If Ramyu can be convinced of our intentions, it may be the first step to breaking the cycle of primal summoning.
Yeah. I mean, Ramyu is open to reasoning.
Yeah,
like-
he is. I mean, he just wants to fight. He's like, yeah, cool.
Yeah, proof yourself.
Come at me, butch.
Check out my beard.
Check out my beard. You want to stroke my beard? Yeah.
Yeah,
You
I
like
thought
you
so.
like that?
Yeah.
Yeah. Get in my beard. Yeah. Ramyu seduce. I have such trauma from it. I always end up in the beard. It's always me. And then that one time when, like, we both got seduced, but then you were mysteriously freed from the beard's, like, influence, and I was just still stuck in there,
Oh yeah, I remember.
caressing the beard. Doesn't
Yeah.
help that the beard looks a little bit also like testicles.
It does.
it's
Because
got a-
of course it's kind of like a seed pod type
Yeah,
thing that they got
it's-
going on, but
yeah,
it's
it's unpleasantly organic looking, and I think that's also partly the model, though. Generally, like,
yeah.
yeah, just that beard. Anyway,
Goodness, yeah. I mean, yeah.
a fond hope. Were such a thing possible, we would not have been at war with the Beastmen since time immemorial. But maybe this time we can... Let us continue this discussion anon. We must needs first consult with the nation most affected by Ramyu's presence. If I have to speak to the bloody Seatsir, no! I do not. I will not. The elder Seedseer has requested your personal involvement, Pocket. Pray report to Commander Hulois the Adder's Nest as soon as you are able. I nodded. It's fine. I forgive. Steel yourself for the worst. Yeah, I'm gonna have to talk to the Seedseer, aren't I? You're right. That is the worst.
Yeah.
While I hope for a peaceful resolution to this matter, experience suggests that your meeting with the Lord of Levin will prove less than amicable. In such an event, your fellow scions will of course lend you whatever support you require. Yeah. I know they will. Do the same thing, queue for 5 minutes. I mean, and then skip over depending on how quickly we
if
get
we
to
can
it.
get there. I don't know. We have to talk to Kanisara. We might be here for another bloody stream. Fuck.
True. I love that basically at the moment, because we're doing so much plot, it's like we do maybe.
Oh
like...
shit! I just teleported.
Oh,
I'm
you
sorry.
did? Oh, okay, that's fine.
But yeah, sorry. Like, yeah, we're
Thanks
just
for the heads up. Yeah, like, we're doing literally no fighting.
no.
Oh, no, I'm sorry. We fought like 3 Uldan refugees each today.
Oh yeah, we did, didn't we?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
And last time we fought a crazed Gubu.
Oh yeah, we did do that, didn't we?
Yeah. And then we
Yeah.
accidentally Primal.
Oh yeah, we did do
Yeah,
that too.
we
Wow.
did Leviathan and we weren't expecting it.
No, you're right.
Suddenly we got a queue and it was
yeah, that
crazy.
was like, oh my god, hell.
Hello.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah,
yes.
Adder's Nest is over here. It's teleporting no place.
Wait, what? Adder's Nest?
Adder's Nest, it's
Oh, it's the
left on
thing.
your map.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's where I pick up a free company. Thing.
Yes, it's where you pick up the free company seals.
I inherited the free company, and
Yeah.
it's kind of fun, because I would never go with the
Yeah.
others.
It's literally the only time I ever go here.
They
is-
have some really cool weapons.
Yeah, but their coats are terrible.
Yes.
So. I like that this guy clearly plays triple triad.
Yeah, I know.
Because,
he does.
Yeah.
I want to smash his face in.
He didn't cue the card you wanted, huh?
Oh, it took so long.
That's a lesson for you, really. Tell me, no, I did not. I did not make this guy French, did
You
I?
did.
Did I?
Dude, he's called Forceur.
Hello.
You cannot escape it. Whether you like it or
Pocket
not.
of the Scions, your arrival has been most anticipated. The appearance of a primal is ever cause for alarm and unease. Why did I do this to myself? Though my men stand ready for any eventuality, I know of none more qualified than you to snuff out this threat. I apologize to the French. Indeed, I would have you do so without delay. The elder Seedseer, however, would speak with you first. No. See as all the opinions that your diplomatic rather than martial skills may better serve our cause. I will leave further explanation to our learned leader. Pray make your way to Nofika's altar. The conjurer in attendance will admit you to the lotus stand. Eiffel Tower, Paris. Baguette?
What is it? Eiffel Tower, baguette. What would be the equivalent of Paris in this town? In Ishgard?
Ishgard, yeah.
But
I mean, yeah.
do you think Ishgard? Ishgardians don't have baguettes, do they? No wonder they're so miserable.
Your Ishgardian as a baguette. A long, thick baguette.
Oh no, I don't want to think about the Pope's baguette. Why would you do that? That's how Emmerich was made.
That's not what I meant. Well, the signs have already arrived, madam. May I show you in? Yes, you may. Thank you very much. I mean, I think we'd be more concerned with what actually the equivalent of the Eiffel Tower is, unless you're talking about the Pope's baguette.
Actually, no, but like legitimately the other week I was looking at like the Rome Reborn art book and I came across the drawings for the Pope. And like, they were talking about how he's supposed to be attractive.
Yeah, well, I mean, given that Emmerich is his relation, maybe when he was younger? Before he got quite so... Primarily. Ishgard is supposed to be quite Frenchy. But yeah, it is just Pope Britain. It's true.
Yeah, it's like if you take the French and the British, oh, that explains so much. Imagine if you just took those two countries, smashed them together, and then made them Catholic. Yeah, I don't want to live in Ishgard.
Buff. But yeah.
I've good news.
I would.
She's
is she voiced? Yay! I don't know if that's better or worse. We were Catholic when the French invaded. It's true.
Scions of the Seventh Dawn, on behalf of the people of Gridania,
2.0.
I bid you welcome.
Speed up one.
Your presence is of great comfort to us all in these days of uncertainty. I summoned you here to share tidings of a most urgent nature. But a short while ago, the great elemental spoke, and his voice was clarion in its intensity. Ramu is returned unto the forest.
Perhaps curled on your feet. Well, I mean, he's working his way down. Like, you know, soon you'll be free.
Scarce had his words ceased to echo in mine ears when we were visited by an emissary from Little Solace.
This could have been an email. Hello.
Our guest informs us that the sylphs too have sensed the presence of the Lord of Levin.
They would.
I mean, yeah.
Though his exact whereabouts remain unknown, we may safely assume that the primal was summoned within the heart of the Sylphlands.
Yup.
Unlike the other primals you have encountered, Lord Ramu is no raging avatar of destruction. He is revered as much for his wisdom as his strength, serving as both arbiter and guardian to his children. Given that we and the Sylphs found a way to share the Twelves Wood, it is my hope that this sagely immortal will be amenable to reason, and that conflict may be avoided.
Oh, right, yeah, it didn't
No, it
auto
continued.
flick. Okay.
Blessed as you are with the power of the Echo, you are one of the few among us who may commune with a primal without fear of influence.
I've never let her talk this
I would
long
ask,
before.
therefore, that you represent us in this most delicate of negotiations.
Genuinely, I have never let her talk this long before.
The Twelves Wood has
God.
suffered enough. Upon this, we and the Sylphs, and I would venture Lord Ramu himself, are in perfect accord. Let us not endanger our shared home by engaging in unnecessary hostilities.
Just get to the point.
Dear friend, I beseech you,
safeguard the peace which exists between our peoples.
God forbid you do it yourself.
Honk. Me. Honk. Okay, yeah. God forbid, in fact. But she's not allowed to, you see. She's got to be neutral, like.
Nod!
Nod! Oh, that's precious, though. I'm going to
Yeah.
sneeze. Look at him in the background. I love him. And apparently I'm allergic to sylphs.
I think
Or
it's
is
not
it
the
Connie
sylphs.
Senna?
Of course, no, she continues.
Yeah. Yeah.
Pray make
Ugh.
full solace then. A member of the Order of the Adder awaits
Yeah, I
you
think
there.
you're really allergic to her, if
He
I'm
will
honest.
advise you on how to find the Lord of Leather.
Ooh. Bleh. Oh, not again.
An ill wind blows through the forest.
Yeah, 3 sneezes? What's that about? I don't sneeze 3 times, only ever twice.
Well, that's that ill will.
Yeah, it's
that's
the ill
hitting you.
wind. Yeah.
Yet
I like that we
it
all
is
look.
not only the Twelves Wood that flinches at its coming. All the lands of Eorzea shiver in dread anticipation. Have care.
Okay.
Christ, this could have been like a paragraph.
Yeah.
We didn't have to have.
No. We did not. But she needed to do her badass pose and be like, have care.
I've said it before, I do not understand why people like her.
No. I don't
She's
get
literally the only character in this entire game that go like, I really do not understand it.
it. Connie will always have a meeting over an email. It's true, yeah, always.
And then like, yeah.
Yeah, and it'll be like the longest meeting, and I bet she doesn't provide snacks or drinks.
And she makes us stand all
Yeah,
the fucking
yeah.
time. She's like, oh yeah, come over to my Lotus
Yeah.
stand.
Yeah, my Lotus
It's
stand, where you stand. It's not called the Lotus sit, is it? It's not called the Lotus tea and cakes. The Sultana lets us sit down. Okay, Melwood makes us stand, but that's okay because, you know.
She's a pirate.
She also strikes you as the live, laugh, love type. It's
She
true.
really,
Yeah.
she's the worst kind of
Yeah.
prosecco drinking.
Yeah. Oh, she definitely drinks Prosecco.
But then claims she doesn't because
yeah.
she's too noble. She would never.
It's true. Oh my god. There's a sneeze just sitting in the back of my nose and it's not leaving me alone.
I'm sorry.
So if I sound kind of stuffed up, that's why I'm
Oh, just pretend that like the sylphs, this area is just giving you hay
yeah,
fever.
it's gotta be it. Actually, you sneezed before stream, didn't you?
Yeah, I did.
What on earth is happening? That
It's hay fever season, and we both suffer from it now.
Oh yeah.
I know you're new to it.
Yeah, it's true. I am new to it. I didn't used to be all this. I didn't used to be like. Oh, why not? Bucket of the Scions, I was told to expect you. It's not even or is it? No, it's not. It's a Darkwood Eorzean, but whatever. Darkwood?
Oh my
Duskwhite.
god, they exist! Holy
Duskwhite
hell!
Eorzean, yeah, and apparently they hold positions of relative power.
That's, do you think he's the... Oh no.
No, no. I understand you go to treat with the primal Ramur himself, an unenviable task, but one for which I have no doubt you are well suited. I've been told that your fellow scions are conducting an investigation of the area as we speak, that we might ascertain the location where the Lord of Leven might be found. I would ask that you abide here until they return with their findings. Really, I just have to stand around until they come back.
Yeah.
Yeehaw.
Also, Dio, you are so right.
Pirate Admiral, whose name I can't spell, would also be meeting over email with a chance it's actually a piss up. That's true, yeah. Or meeting then piss up. She definitely provides beverages, either way.
Yeah, no, she really does. She also threw yourself a massive, like...
She did throw us a...
Wait, you get bugger all, don't you, if you leave Britannia? They don't really throw you a proper party.
Yeah, they do give you a mask.
Yeah, they
and
give you a really stupid
They
mask.
give you a mask, make you wear it, and then Connie Senna talks at you for a bit.
That's pretty...
Yeah. Melwig does actually give you a piss up, but you do have to wear the shoes.
Yeah, so...
They are pretty stupid. Do I still have them, or did I yeet them as soon as possible?
Yeah, we
No,
still
I
have
still have them. These things here. Oh, sorry, Pocket.
Did you glamour them?
No, I
Yeah,
didn't.
I know.
No. They're just really bad shoes. What? I mean, like, what are they? I mean, they'd look alright if it wasn't for the fact that the rest of your gear at that point is god awful. I don't know why I didn't just display her gear.
Why is our frame rate dying?
Is it?
Yeah.
Oh.
Maybe it's just my stream. Let me check.
Oh, it might be me too. Hang on, let me check.
No, we're like in stop motion.
57. Oh, blimey. No.
Well,
Well, it's really not sure what it's doing, is it?
No.
Blimey. What on earth is it with our internet at this time on a Tuesday and a Wednesday?
Yeah, I suspect I might actually have to call up a provider to check what's up with this.
So I wonder if it was smooth when I switched to OBS. I wonder if 14 itself was...
No, it took a little while even after you did that.
Yeah? Okay.
Yeah. I had it up to double check.
I mean, it will of course have taken a minute for the stream to catch up with what I did.
Yeah.
Well, I'll switch back and we'll see. I'm sorry about that.
It's the shoes! It's the cursed shoes!
Oh yeah, that's what it is. It's the cursed shoes. Okay, well we'll just carry on and get on with it. Clearly I sneezed the internet out.
I think your PC is also having issues because the frame rate
Really?
drops when you go back.
Well, yeah, that's what I wondered about.
Yeah, no.
Oh, that's so strange. It's probably downloading something knowing my luck. Oh well.
I got another Windows update in
Did you?
earlier today.
Oh. Yeah, that'll be it then, probably. I betcha. Because, yeah. I was told that a messenger would be sent as soon as your fellow scions finished their investigation. I do not imagine it will be much longer. Framerate did get bad with the shoes, and then when I switched back it started stuttering. Yeah, like, I think, when I switched back to OBS, clearly my PC is like, it's like, oh thank fuck I don't have to focus on 14 anymore.
Yeah.
But yeah, apologies then if the frame rate's janky. Is it like...
It's fine right now.
Is it...
Yeah.
Does it also affect the audio? Because, of course, I can't monitor myself doing that.
You sound fine right now.
Well, right now, yeah, sure. But if it affected the audio, then it's a problem. If it didn't affect the audio, then I'm really sorry. Just close your eyes. Audio's been fine? Oh, that's great. In which case, like, I can deal with the audio being okay. Like, I mean, sorry. I can deal with the visuals going kind of jittery as long as the audio's okay. But if the audio starts screwing up, then I start getting really anxious. So as long as the audio's alright, then at least that's... It's more... Yeah, you know what I mean. Oh, how did I make the self sound? I forgot. Very difficult to do with half a hay fever nostril. Wow. Okay, I can do this. Oh, that sneeze really screwed me up. This one returns, and returns with good tidings. Wise ones have finished searching and have wisely identified the precise location where the touched one summoned Lord Ramu. Your timing is impeccable, my fluttery friend. Might you be so kind as to escort this good woman to her fellow scions? It would be this one's pleasure, walking one. Please, please, come with this one. Off I go. Didn't even nod.
Also, as an aside, like, this Eorzean face on the dusk white looks really cute.
Yeah, it does. I mean, unlike... why am I running? I assume you've already gone.
I'm gonna follow, don't worry.
Follow? You're already over there.
Oh, yeah, wait, I am. Yeah, no, this area your PC is just being mad at it.
Is it?
Yeah,
Oh.
it's just...
So I'm
sorry
gonna
for the frame
assume
rate.
that it's this area mixed with... Ooh.
It seems better now.
I don't think I ever really noticed how cool this area looks. With all the, like, downed Ghanaian stuff.
Oh, dude, I had never noticed that.
Neat. Sorry, of course I don't tend to fly here because by the time we got...
yeah, like running around here was usually trying not to die.
Yeah, by the time we got flying I was already done with my sylph quests and stuff. So, I mean, it's a really gorgeous area. I love it to pieces. But I love the way the forest is like reclaiming all this. It's Kani's fault. Yeah, it's true. It's true. It really is. Okay, here we go. It's because my PC clearly can't cope with the sheer amount of purple that you get in the Sylphlands. I do love the colour scheme though. This purple and this like orangey yellow glow, like chef kiss. Yeah, I have no taste.
Wise ones have ventured deep, deep within the Sylphlands. These ones must proceed carefully and keep an eye out for touched ones.
Don't get like tempered yourself, Maxio, though. That would be really I mean, that would really not be very cha-cha-cha. Really? You pulled out Maggie in this area of all things? The area which literally has a kill a load of Gullians in Magitech armor fate. Because... okay.
I don't see the problem.
You don't see the problem. Okay, I'm totally not an invading force. This is definitely not a problem. Cool, cool, cool. It's been a while since I heard this music too.
This one is most sorry, but this one can go no further. Draw too close to Lord Ramu, and this one may turn mean and nasty like touched ones. And so this one may say must say farewell for now. Walking one will find wise ones not far from here, to the south. Go in safety, walking one.
Thanks, Maxio.
Oh, there's a throwback to that quest.
Oh, is there now? Oops, I went exactly the wrong direction. Go me. Very smooth. Well done, Pocket. Is there now? What, when you talk to Thancred, or?
Yeah, Thancred and Kara, yeah.
Yeah, there you are. It is you, isn't it? So, Thancred is Thancred, Papalimo is Papalimo, Yashtola is Yashtola, and you are you, right? Well, that's easy enough to remember. This one's name is Ida, in case Walking One was wondering. Joke! I'm joking! It's very funny. Because, yeah, you don't get that quest anymore. Actually, wasn't it here that you got that quest?
Yes.
Instead of just waiting around for the Scions, you actually had to meet up with them in the interim, which is why you have to run from here to, like, here. You used to actually catch up with them here, right?
Yeah, I think
in
so.
I think? Don't ask. Suffice it to say that we had something of a situation here. Yeah. Tell me about it. And do tell me about it. I miss it.
So it's actually you. I am relieved. For a moment I thought we were dealing with another one of those confounded sylph tricksters. I swear, with them wreaking havoc with their skin-changing magics, it's a wonder I was able to finish taking my measurements. Yes, it was quite the ordeal. You should have seen the look on Yashtola's face when the one impersonating you suddenly showed up.
That's quite enough, Papalimo.
My apologies. It's not like me to ramble so. At any rate, as I was saying, I have finished measuring etheric activity in the area, and I'm pleased to say I have reached an indisputable conclusion, to wit that Ramu was called forth in the vicinity of the Sylph's Etherite. Come, Pocket, the Lord of Levin awaits.
Yup. Off we go. Is Connie still screwing with my interwebs?
No, she's behaving right now.
That's pleasant of her.
Don't know if she will still come from your frame rate though.
No. Oh, that sneeze actually blocked my entire right ear. You know when you get that, like,
Oh.
Oh, you just slam into a cutscene when you... Yes, you do! Huh. Exciting. I've escaped her. Excellent. Excellent. I shall take it. Please be voiced. Please be voiced. Please be voiced.
I love the Dark Souls. Oh.
Yeah, no, they're really cute.
Ainora betrays thee, sir.
He sounds kind of hot.
He does, doesn't he? Kinda. Well, you must have thought something about him was hot, or you wouldn't have imagined him in the Eden quests as like a hottie on a horse with a sexy beard. Imagine spending your entire time
Thou art the bringer of light, bane of Ifrit, Titan, Garuda, and Leviathan.
Yeah, that's me.
I am Ramu, guardian of the children of the forest.
Nice beard.
Thou tramplest upon sacred soil, bringer of light. By what right doth man intrude in this sanctuary of the sylphs?
Eh.
The Gridanians proffer peace? Their words are born of delusion, thine offer an insult.
Well, I mean, yeah, Kani-sana said it. Duh.
Thou speakest of harmony, yet carest not for my children's desires. They did but wish to dwell beneath these boughs in solitude. Yet even that was too much to ask of man.
And what is a man?
Thus did they turn to me for succor. The sentence I pronounce upon thy kind is just. Redanian or Garlean, it matters not. The good intent of one excuseth not the misdeeds of the other.
I mean, yes, but also no. That's not how it works. But I get it.
Thy conflicts have brought naught but anguish and misery unto the forest. All blame doth lie with the darkness that resideth in the breast of man.
I like the way he rolls his R's.
You do have a thing for that.
Yeah, well.
Whence sprung this calamitous seed? In the beginning no such duality existed. Were light and dark given form when man was born? It would explain much. Not least why strife and sorrow follow ever in thy wake. Thou canst not deny the urgings of thine own nature.
He sounds like he should be set to some epic musical
Knowing that
track.
thy mere
You're right, rather
presence
this
here
peaceful little
portendeth
clingy
strife,
music.
wilt thou persist in this pretense of peacemaking?
Like, it sounds like it ought to have some kind of like vocal harmonizing Lorena McKennitt style on the back of it. You know?
Mm-hmm.
Thou bearest the crystal which I bestowed upon my wayward charges. That they should entrust so precious a gift to thee.
Remind me how we got the crystal? That was the elder, right? Gave it to us? I think.
Either that
Oh
or
no,
we
wait!
picked it up from the...
Noraxia gave it to
Yeah.
us, didn't they?
Yeah.
Or did they? I can't remember and I feel bad about it.
Did we pick it up from the scorpion?
That's what I'm wondering, like when that
With the
died.
Askian?
Because that was the elder.
Yeah.
But like, I mean, it's not really being entrusted to us in that anyway.
No.
Thou standest apart from thy kin. Thou art the bringer of light, aye. But there is something more in thee.
I got touched by mummy.
Very well. I shall consider thy proposal. Shouldst thou survive my trial.
Yep. It's unfortunate that the sound effects are proximity based. So when you get a pan out like this, all the clicking, the rattling, and the humming noises that are from like the lamps and the sylphs just go quiet instantly.
Mm-hmm.
And then you get a close up of him, and you hear all the proximity related sound effects in like this area, and it's
If thou wouldst champion the cause of harmony,
fine. But
I
also,
must have proof that thou art fit to play the role.
yeah,
Whether mine ire,
pun
and
intended.
prove to me thereby that thou hast strength enough to stay the darkness which threateneth to consume thee.
Oh, it threateneth, does it?
Yet if thou shouldst be found wanting, know that all men shall perish in the storm of my judgment.
What are you gonna do? Wrap him tenderly in your beard. Your beard stickles. Just Saki.
Come to me,
Yeah.
bringer of light. I shall await thee on the field of battle.
Hell yeah.
Eorzean, it is rare indeed to find you so far from at home.
Laser charging noises.
The Lord of Levin himself. Never till this day had I looked upon his visage, save in painted renderings made faint by time. Ever shall this scene remain etched in my mind's eye. Beg pardon, my lady.
Okay, I didn't realize that Eorzean was a Primal fanboy. Like,
maybe he just really likes Ramu.
maybe.
Oh my god, Eorzean, do you have
Yeah,
a crush
of
on
course.
Ramu? Is this why Ramu ended up like this? We listened to Eorzean's
Yeah,
rambling about...
maybe he's just gone on and on and on about how sexy Ramu was and how amazing Ramu was, and then we got Ramu mixed up with Ixion for a bit, and then Ramu, when we described it, became like a hot half horse half man thing.
In Santa.
I was gonna say, we're meeting here today. You made it to Centaur World. Yeah, but yeah.
To me, this also just implies that the wall is a horse girl.
I mean, yeah, it does really feel like that. And then he was a pony.
You took
I must
just
beg
like...
thine aid on a point of
What's
research.
happening?
If thou art resolved to face Lord Ramu, I would ask thy leave to observe the event.
Around you. Like, yeah, he takes off his goggles to reveal another pair of goggles because Eorzean is a Scooby-Doo villain.
He is as well. Oh my god.
I nodded. Yes, I did.
I'm gonna lick the rock now.
Oh, time to lick.
Actually, do we have permission to lick the rock?
Delicious rock. I don't care if we have permission or not. I'm going to lick it. I think we did, in fact, lick it once upon a time. I don't think we do anymore.
No, Robbie just shows up as like, yo.
Yeah, rock no longer needed.
Okay, cool. She's like, no.
Yeah, apparently I'm not allowed to lick the rock. Lady,
Okay,
I am 8 levels above you.
Let's see
Cooper.
what happens.
Yeah, so, right, we're waiting for 5 minutes.
Yeah.
I'm gonna fly up just in case she takes
She will come
exception to me licking her rock again.
Oh! Just for you, my random man pulled this one out.
Oh, goody! It's great. I love the way it flies, I'll admit. Just like, this is very normal and definitely correct. Just waggling its hands around in the air, perfectly normally. Very comfortable. You seem happy. Stop trying to do unspeakable things to my fat cat. Stop that. Stop it. You'll fall off, and then where will we be? 45 seconds.
I'm already bored of waiting.
I'm so bored of waiting.
Every single time I've been doing stuff recently, it's been like tank healer combo, so what
Yeah.
even are cues?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll unlock Gunbreaker soon because I don't want to deal with this.
Oh yeah, okay. I mean, I have unlocked and leveled White Mage, but that's primarily for
Coils of Bahamut.
Coils of Bahamut. Yeah,
Because Summoner is just pathetic.
yeah. White Mage
Made
will
out of
have
paper.
slightly better survivability.
Yeah, I'm like, heal yourself, I'm busy doing things.
Yeah. And if you're a gunbreaker...
Oh my
Oh
god!
my! I don't know the tactics.
Neither do I just know the extreme version.
Oops. Well then.
What is it with these cues popping? Like,
Well, they're only a little bit popping. Oh, it's an 8-man! Oh no!
yeah,
Of course
you know
it is.
it's an 8-man.
Yeah, because Leviathan was also an 8-man and I'd forgotten.
Is it hard?
Yeah. We did cube.
Oh no!
hard, didn't
Instant
we?
portrait! No!
Oh shit! I forgot. I forgot to update it. I'm gonna. This is a gorgeous instance, gorgeous music. Just so you know.
Yeah, I love this. It's one of my absolute favorite.
should have skipped that, really. I'm gonna skip it.
Yeah.
Because everyone's waiting.
Oh my god. Sure is a party. Oh wait, where's my carbuncle? Oh, it's here. Good. Oh, off we go.
Okay.
Well. Oh yeah, wait, it's done.
Don't stand
Layer
in
the AoEs.
Yeah,
like
don't.
absolute.
Yeah. Is my carbuncle out? Yes, it is. Good.
I think they're just doing a little damage though. I mean. No, I was just looking at the sparks of it. Okay.
I don't remember anymore, honestly. Yeah, you have to drag the lightning into the water. That I do remember.
What?
Yeah, like into the water at the edge here. Oh, what do I have to do when I have chaotic strike?
I have no idea.
Shitey weasels. Maybe not stand in the water. It's not water, is it? It's just the edge. Why have I been terrified?
Oh yeah. Sorry that I
I
didn't
think
know.
I was supposed to.
Bloody well, you got it as well. Like, but that.
I don't remember what I had. I mean, what the problem
Wait,
was.
I think if I take my thing on top of you, it fixes
Oh
it.
yeah,
Yeah,
thank you.
I remember it. Yeah.
Oh, that makes sense. It's been such a long time.
Yeah,
since...
people have to basically spark you back.
Yeah, I remember now. Thank you.
It's like there was something in my muscle memory going like, wait.
He was like, there was something about that. I don't recall what it is. Oop, 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 shit.
Arbiter time.
Yeah, grey arbiters.
You know.
Sorry, I dragged an AoE on top of you.
That's okay. There's nobody taking on that.
I thought we had to.
We're gonna keep letting them. Okay. Okay, we're doing it. We just have to massively spread damage.
Oh, right. Because I don't actually think you can take him down.
No, I think he gets involved.
Yeah.
People think we're a dog and we're not even on top.
Yeah.
It's very distressing.
Yeah.
Oh, he's still in dog.
Oh, is he? Oh, so he is. Oh.
I forgot to addle it, but somebody else did, so who cares?
The what now?
Addle the boss before the big owls.
Oh, I think that was me.
Oh, good job!
I did it.
You did it!
I did it accidentally though, but
Oh,
I did do it.
no, that looked like on purpose.
Oh yeah, no, I definitely did it on purpose. Yeah.
Oh wait, it's chaotic
Oh,
strike
it's
for me.
yeah, you. That's the same animal that I had. So yeah, try standing in that.
Yeah, I'm
and see
standing
if it
close. Oh,
helps.
somebody brought it to me. Oh, how nice.
That's good. But yeah, thank you for figuring that out. It was
It's been so long since I've done this fight. Like,
yeah, right.
probably 5 years or so.
Yeah, I think it needs
More?
that. Oh, we've done it since, but it's been
Who's
like
it?
no, I mean we've been at level 90 or whatever.
Oh, Rocky
doing it.
isn't involved yet. Interesting.
No, should he be?
There's some arbiters left.
Oh yeah, so there are. Oh.
So I think at this point people might just push me.
Maybe. Yeah,
I don't know.
I don't know. I'll hit him still. Such good music, I'm sorry that you can't hear it. Oops, somebody died.
Uh-oh.
Oh no, they're not. Oh, they're up.
Yeah, I decided to take the arbiter down just in case.
Yeah, no, that's fair. Whoop! Yay! Huzzah!
Okay, we're doing serious pose.
Uh-huh.
See you later, Romu!
Yeah.
Very dramatic.
That's definitely how that fight always went. But yeah, of course, it's extreme where he does the seduce into the beard, isn't
Yes.
it? Yeah.
We don't have sexy beard yet. The
No.
minstrel. Actually, the minstrel made that shit up.
He did, didn't he?
Well, the
Oh,
minstrel
there's only
really
the warrior left, so... I didn't.
Oh, no, I wasn't fast enough.
Oh
Well.
well, I'm sure the warrior got plenty of commends. Fun times. Oh my god.
Taken thy measure, bringer of light.
It's not even hard. I hate how much I get anxious. Sweaty palms time. We'll give it back, actually. That said.
And
can't
I
just
It looks so
judge
pretty,
thee
sort of
your
with the backdrop
words.
there as well.
The task of excising the sin that hath taken root in man's heart is thine.
No. That, okay.
Shrink not from employing thy strength in service to the forest and the wider realm beyond.
Yeah.
Like hungering shadows do the enemies of harmony gather, and meekness will but feed them.
Yeah. That, yeah.
If man is to be delivered from the dark, it shall be by thy guiding light alone. Stray not from the path, for if thou dost, thy people shall be truly lost.
Nice poem. There, Ramyu. Now give me back my measure. Hi, Eorzean. How's it going?
Fanboying
Thou
in the
hast
corner.
slain the Lord of Levin. A regrettable act, but a necessary one.
Yes.
In witnessing thy struggle, a truth hath been revealed unto me. If I mistake not, it may yet prove a chink in the eternal armor of the Asians.
Yeah, we're
But let us
really-
conclude our present business. I shall expound upon my findings at the Rising Stones anon.
we are definitely an Asian irritant. That's for sure. I nodded. Yes, we did. Yeah. Nodding time. So good. So thrilled. Okay, Violet Screech, Violent Screech, Violet Screech. Just out there, hanging around behind me. It's kind of mean. Really
Did you
though?
just
Seriously? Again? No. I love you, Maggie, but not right now. Yeah, this'll help us blend in. Okay, let's just focus on the fact that the Moogle looks like this from the front. Nice Moogle, happy Moogle, fluffy Moogle. Because from the back, if you're not paying attention. Oh, can you not reach?
I cannot reach.
Hang on, let me come down for you, darling.
There we go.
From the back, it looks a little bit obscene if you don't actually know what you're looking at. If I'm
Yeah,
honest.
it's like...
Fat man's nipples. Just
Oh my god!
jiggling. Woohoo! There they go!
Oh my god!
Whee!
I never looked at it like that.
Have you not?
I don't own them out.
I think we've had that description.
Yeah.
I mean, I think we've discussed it before, though. Wobble, 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 wobble. He's doing jazzercise. Don't get me wrong, that's fine and all, if that's your thing, but Moogle legs, wibble wobble. It's very cute, but one time I saw it and I couldn't unsee it, and I'm very upset. Honestly.
Great, it looks like Fortree's nipples. Thanks a bunch. Except he doesn't he have a head for
He
a
has,
nipple?
yeah, one of his nipples is a face. Yeah, that's far in the future. We're not hitting Shadowbringers anytime soon. Oh, it's just the fact that was basically literally everybody. You see a close up of him and you're like, wait, why is one of his boobs a face? Seriously, all three is disgusting. But it's amazing. They did great work with that design, truly. Pocket, you have returned. Dare I ask who received your visit? What's the French for pocket? I'm just gonna say pochette. Pochette, you have returned. You received my visit poorly. I beat him up. It challenged you to a test of arms. Is it?
Push it.
Oh, poche. Lovely. It is well then that you have some experience in such matters. Yeah, unlike Ramyu, I am arms winning.
Poche.
La poche. Oh yeah, well see, I'm a
Oh, sorry, it's pronounced as posh.
Oh, la poche. Okay. Bush.
Yeah.
Sad. I prefer the poche. Yeah, la poche. That's me. I'm a girl. The end. The peoples of both Gridania and Little Solace will be relieved to hear that the Lord of Levin has accepted you as the forest's champion of peace. You have performed a monumental duty this day, what was it? Push.
Push.
Bush. The elder Cizia must be informed of your deeds at once. Can you do it? Please. I don't want to speak to her. She goes on, and the elder Cizia will wish to hear of your experiences first, and no! I return to Redania and make directly for the Lotus Stand. The conjurer at Nofika's altar will be expecting you. Fare you well, Bush. Oh, I don't want to.
You can take my teleportation. It's still pending in the bottom.
Oh,
right.
so it is. Thank you. I didn't even see it. But I did see it. I looked at it and went, what the fuck's that? Oh well, probably not important. Can you do it? No. Yes. Do ba-da-dum bum bum ba-da-dum bum bum.
Oh, I'm gonna say that we call it a day after this.
Oh yeah, right, great. So I get to talk to Kani Senna, and then I get to sleep.
Well, do you really want to start recruiting the realm?
Oh no.
Yeah.
No, recruiting the realm is for next week. Oh yeah, I'm Banui mode. I'm
cute little moon
I'm creating people's dreams.
What?
What? Or something.
She's voiced.
Is she voiced? Oh, good. Again, I don't know if that's better or worse. Yeah.
You do her so well, it doesn't make a difference with how long it takes.
Yeah. She has chairs! We could use them!
There's only 3. They're probably for her and her sister and her brother.
I could sit on the table.
Oh no, wait, is this for the other city people? I mean, the city state.
The other city people. Yeah, you're probably right. It is. They're required a minimum.
To us, dear friend. Yeah. And none the worse for bearing the heavy burden which I did press upon you. Most glad am I of this.
Yeah.
I am informed that your efforts to negotiate a peace with Lord Ramu ended in conflict. Pray tell me, what befell?
I beat him up. No, right. I just had to, though. I loved it so much. The whole quest line, it was so good. But yeah, no, it's kind of spoilers, but I couldn't resist. I just wanted to be pocketing way.
Well, they've pasted it all over their Twitter. Is
yeah,
it really
true.
like it's not
or is
that
it
bad.
fluffing way? I just realized something very important that I forgot to switch back on.
Oh no!
I'm so upset. There. That's better. Thank you very much.
I'm sorry I missed it. I was too focused on your not counting.
I was just looking at your screen and going, wait, something's missing. Something's missing. No!
It's okay. It's Wobble Dogs, Wednesday.
Yeah, which doesn't have as good a ring to it as Wobble Dogs Wednesday, but you know. Yeah. What befell? He befell. Wobble Wednesday. Is that really English language? Ramu made trial of you?
Don't try and correct her grammar. She will probably come for you in your sleep.
Probably. Huh.
I fear there is truth to his claim. It is the darkness within us that attracts the darkness without.
Yeah, you'd know about that, wouldn't you? It's canny said in English. Yeah, true.
It cannot be denied that misfortune follows man. For evidence, one need only look to the conflict brewing in Cartano.
Keep it in your heart to know.
Or to the rising flood of refugees.
Yeah, canny said in English. If I speak posh and slowly, none will question the bullshit that springs from my eternal driveling mouth. Question me not.
Our shared struggle against the Empire should have served to seal our union. Yet the ties which bind the Alliance strain under the weight of gross self-interest. As the scars of the calamity begin to fade, so too does our sense of common purpose.
Oh, I've got a common purpose for you.
Yet now is scarce the time to forget our shared responsibility.
No!
If this new-sprung realm is to survive beyond its infancy, it must needs be nurtured by all.
I do actually genuinely want to make an Alfie no button emote. It's important.
Eorzea must be as one. Yet I fear that dream is still far off.
There's a microphone in it. Like it's one of those like toys from the 90s and the noughties.
Like one of those pins.
Like later on she's gonna press a button and it's gonna like play it back, but her voice is gonna be really high pitched like this. And how her honor guard is gonna laugh and see, she was about to listen to it playback and then she was like, no, this is not the time. Here, you listen.
On behalf of the people of Gridania and the elementals both, I thank you for all that you and your fellow scions have done.
Yeah. Yeah. You're welcome.
Full oft have I been compelled to look to you for aid of late,
Don't
and
flirt
offered
with me.
all too little in return. As leader of this nation, I shall endeavor to prove a more worthy ally to your cause henceforth.
Okay. Yeah, you're... Maybe just focus on, you know, making Gridania a better place to live. That would work. One of those voice distortion toys, yeah, absolutely. Those things. Those things always used to really scare me. But that's mostly because I was really afraid of speaking out loud when I was younger.
Yeah, well, yeah, that's
Lord
whole.
Ramu has departed, yet the keening of this ill wind grows no less insistent.
Yep.
Maybe go.
Voices of the
I bet
forest,
he died.
pray speak and I shall listen. What unseen evil begets this unease in my heart?
So you're saying the forest's been eating too many beans?
The grooms are supposed to be good for you.
Yeah, I know they are, but you know,
But yeah.
beans, good for the heart. The more you eat, the more you fart. The more you fart, the more you eat. The more, yeah, you know that whole thing. That whole childhood trauma. Well, that was fun, and now we are once again nowhere near her. I like that she just monologued to herself alone. Just to the forest, I suppose. Thus ends another daunting mission, eh, Pocket? I'm so sorry, Papalimo. I cannot remember what he sounds like. He hasn't been voiced for ages. I just remember he sounded like one of those little wizards in like an 80s cartoon. You know, he just sounds like a tiny comedy wizard. I don't... yeah. I'd hoped Lord Ramu could be persuaded with words alone, but nonetheless I can only admire the adroitness with which you responded to the primal's sudden challenge. I did. Everyone else wandered off while she was talking to a tree longingly, it's true. Your branches, they fill me with unease.
Don't actually mess with how much she cares about trees.
You versus people. Yeah.
She will literally banish you over a tree.
I mean, haven't we all? And it seems that Eorzean too was pleased with the outcome. What say you, Pocket? Shall we gather back at the Rising Stones and ponder the lessons of the day?
Ponder the orbs, you say?
Oh yes, let's ponder our orbs. Shall I?
Yeah, let's go to the
teleport us?
Rising Stones to ponder our orbs. But
that's
do not
fine.
talk to anyone. I don't want to start this.
Seriously?
Do you want to start?
Well,
Minfilia?
I mean, I could start Minfilia and then we can leave on a cliffhanger.
Yeah, let's do that.
It means I don't end the stream on Papalimo. I mean, it's not that I don't like Papalimo, because I do. I just think...
Papalimo is a great character.
Yeah, he's a wonderful character. I I don't know what he sounds like anymore.
Kind of like that
Yeah,
in The Realm Reborn, if I'm honest.
Yeah, I don't remember what he sounded like past The Realm Reborn.
It's because he didn't actually get much time, because the writing team hates him.
I know, but the voice time, they didn't give him...
No, it's like...
There is somebody in that wall. Oh no, it's not. They're just standing there, but their name was flipping through the wall. As you do.
But yeah, speaking of, well, like tomorrow, we'll be doing Wobble Dogs.
Yes, we will. Socket will be doing Wobble Dogs.
And I
Socket
pray
will
the
be-
internet doesn't try and kill me, because my
Again.
PC just loves to
Yeah.
update during that time, even though I tell it not to. It's like,
I really don't understand why it does that.
no.
But yeah, it's just like, okay, so I can't update, but I can download. Yeah. Like,
I tell it not to, but again, like...
yeah, it does what it wants.
Yeah. Well, Windows just doesn't give a shit these days. It's like,
No, which is just astonishing, because it's like, it's not like people use their PCs for important things or anything.
no.
Oof. Welcome back, Pocket. Word of your momentous encounter with Lord Ramu precedes you. I would fain share news of my own, but Eorzean's discoveries must take precedence. Upon witnessing your defeat of the Lord of Leven, our learned companion was struck with a profound insight regarding the nature of the Asian's immortality. Let us assemble and discuss his observations together.
It's voiced.
Yes! Yeah, I also wish it would notify you so you could say, hey, no. Everyone's here and it's voiced. Oh.
If everyone is ready,
Yeah, no, you're getting
let
a
us
treat
begin.
before we finish. stream.
Uh-huh. Yeah, I am. It's time to sip some tea and let her rip. And by let her
Eorzean,
rip,
the floor is yours.
I mean let them talk, not let rip. You know what I mean.
As all here assembled now know, in its final hours as our Order's headquarters, the Waking Sands did play host to a most unexpected visitor.
Tim.
I speak of the Asian clad in white, Elidibus.
Come on, Tim.
Unwelcome though his presence was, his words that day did serve to confirm a truth long suspected, that the Asians are eternal beings, to whom physical destruction is as a temporary inconvenience.
Yup. Uh-huh.
In the intervening time, Eorzean and I have striven to discover a means by which the Asians might more permanently be slain.
Yeah. That feels kind of rude these days, doesn't it?
Yeah.
But
Yeah, it does.
necessary, but
And 'tis my belief that we have found the thread that will
I'm
allow
also
us
not
to
cracking them
unravel
like
the
little
twisted
cores.
skein of their existence.
Mummy did.
I guess that's what happens when you give them to Asians. Like, you technically take it out. I mean, sorry. If you take the crystal
Wait, are you giving
trapped
wobble dongs?
Asians
Wobble
and you
dongs?
crack them open in front of a primal, is it like eating like wobble dog?
Wobble
cores?
dog cores.
Yeah.
Maybe. I thought you were feeding wobble dogs to Asians for a second there.
Yeah, no, that will be me. No, I'm not doing that. Sorry.
Yeah.
In the moments prior to Leviathan's most recent manifestation, the Sahagin elder who summoned him was observed to undergo some manner of ascension.
Yup.
The etheric readings taken by Y'shtola at the time of this transfiguration have proven most enlightening.
Most enlightening. Everyone gets to nod, but
The
not
disruption to the flow of ether was sudden and dramatic. So tangible was the agitation, I scarce had need of my goggles.
The significance of Y'shtola's readings might better be understood in the context of mine own, taken at the instant of the Lord of Leven's demise. Unlike the primal, the Sahagin was not subject to etheric dissipation.
me. Yeah, definitely.
Before discussing our new discoveries, it may benefit us all to recall what we know of etheric behavior.
We are learning. Ready, class? Eel sitting comfortably. Minfilia's floating.
Oh God.
Let us begin at what some might call the end. When we who dwell in the material realm die, our spirits dissolve into the flow of ether and are returned to the ethereal realm.
I like how much this kind of feels like Bugenhagen's talk in Cosmo Canyon to me.
Oh my god,
Like,
it does!
I expect it to like Minfilius.
But where's my good beat in the background?
Yeah, right, though. I have prepared a PowerPoint. Are you sitting comfortably, Scions? But yeah, no, you're right. It needs Cosmo Canyon beat in the background. Although no, it had quiet in the back of that. Yeah, it didn't. It faded out when you go up in the observation chamber thing.
It goes completely
It
quiet,
goes like
doesn't it?
really quiet, and you just get like planet noises. And
That's good
honestly,
too.
it was one of the best bits of the game. I was 14, but I was obsessed with that bit for ages. Sometimes I just load up my save file prior to that just to see it again because I thought it was so cool.
That was
looking.
such a big thing back like when I was younger as well, like keeping save files before certain
Yeah,
cutscenes.
before
for
certain
events,
cutscenes,
like,
just so you could watch them again. Like I need to understand, like pre-YouTube, that was the only way you could watch your favorite cutscenes.
Oh,
You can just load them up and go like, oh yeah, what was that bit? Yeah, man. Like I had a whole memory card full of like saves just before various.
I had that with Final Fantasy X.
Man, I'm old.
In turn, the restless energy
Anyway,
which
let's-
diffuses that plane streams back into our world, giving rise to new life.
Yep, it's called the life stream. We learned this.
'Tis as the heavens did decree, the way of all mortal souls.
Ah.
Twixt this world and the next do the ethereal currents
They
swirl,
look like they're about to duet.
bearing the
Yes.
very essence of life. Thus doth the cycle of birth, death, and rebirth continue unabated.
It's 1:15. I'm a little drunk and I need you now. Okay, just me then.
Primals behave somewhat differently. In order to manifest and then maintain a physical presence in this realm, they must consume vast quantities of ether, most often in the form of crystals. Though they may seem to live, their flesh is but ether given shape.
Yep. You should just distribute that ether in a different way.
Thus, a defeated primal leaves behind no broken corpse. Rather, the essence of its form seeps back into the land whence it came, and the energy of its shattered spirit is called back to the ethereal realm.
And there it waiteth, till next the prayers of the faithful do draw it forth from the sea of ether, to take their offering of crystals and make for itself a new body.
What an interesting concept that is. Don't you think so, Socket?
Very novel.
Mm-hmm.
God, I feel watched.
Yeah, right. They just okay. Hello.
Not you. Go away.
The
Oh my
so-called
god.
immortals.
Yeah.
They exist in a manner all their own.
He's got backing singers. Cool.
Quite. Even as the Sahagin Elder fell to the Admiral's musket shot, I witnessed the release of an ethereal cloud, which immediately
Right.
took possession of a nearby minion.
Something something. Lots of ether. Something something.
A soul that dissipateth not upon the death of the flesh.
The secret of life everlasting, and in the claws of a Sahagin no less. But I wonder, what would happen to one of these obstinate spirits, should there be no suitable host for it to claim?
If mortal death entails a return to the ethereal realm, it seems doubtful that the soul of an immortal would venture there.
Nay, it merely withdraweth a distance,
Ow.
unto the shore of the ethereal sea, perchance, but no further.
Yes, it exists in neither this realm nor the next, abiding instead in the space that lies between them. The Ascians took control of Thancred by means of a
Yeah.
crystal of darkness, an artifact which, if our theories are correct, serves as a gateway to the place I
So
have
yeah, they just nip
described.
into the void, right? That they accidentally made themselves. At this point.
I'm not sure.
No? It's not the void that they go into. It's a secret, mysterious, extra place, which just seems like the void. Or,
I was hoping people had forgotten about that.
No, we never will. I'm sorry, hun. Wait, no, because they don't go... They go, into the... Because it is the void, but it's a different void. Because you travel through the void to get to Norvrent. To get to the first.
Is that called the void?
Is that not called the void? What is that called?
So what's actually what is left of
I know the void is also what's left of the 13th.
Maybe it is. I forget what it's called actually.
Because
might be the void.
Yeah, don't you travel through? I don't know. I don't remember.
Anyway, yeah, that weird area in between the
yeah, that's
worlds.
what they nip to.
Yeah,
basically.
Yeah,
that,
they basically go into the special little
the forest between the worlds and all that. Yeah.
I am sorry, my friend.
For a mercy, the weary road of our research hath brought us unto an answer.
Yeah. Yeah.
The Sahagin ascended to an immortal state, but he did not possess a crystal of darkness through which to flee this realm. Thus was he consumed by Leviathan.
Right, a crystal of darkness. That's what we're saying.
If we could entrap the spirits of defeated Asians in like manner, and thereby deny them resurrection...
Okay, so you know how when, like, they do science, that was very badass, Yashtola, actually. You know how, like, in science, where, you know, you learn that in the 70s, they got experiments right completely by accident. And now we know exactly why it worked. And we're like, wow, it's actually genuinely a miracle that they came to that conclusion knowing what they knew then.
What's this?
It's amazing that worked, and yet somehow it worked, and we know now the science of why it worked. This feels like that. Because, yeah... Right? I feel like... I don't know. Yeah. Yeah.
Therein lieth the
Yashtola's...
path to victory. Thou art most perceptive, my lady.
I like that she's just standing staring at her fist in which she's clasped nothing. Because that was a PowerPoint presentation. And she's just staring at it.
Only when we have trapped the bodiless soul within an ethereal prison can we hope to defeat its unnatural constancy. Thus might even an eternal paragon be consigned to oblivion.
These feats are, of course, far easier said than done. At present, we lack a viable means to entrap and extinguish an Asian soul.
We could just get them. I mean, yes.
Yet I believe it to be possible. The pieces of the puzzle lie before us. We have but to put them together.
We need a pope.
I will depart at once to convene with the sages of Sharlayan. Together shall we divine the steps by which our goals may be achieved.
Because of course, Thancred, Eorzean's already touched the Aetheryte in Sharlayan.
I have the utmost faith in you, Archon.
Beg pardon, antecedent, but I would raise one final matter. Even now, a Sharlayan survey party seeketh to ascertain the fate of the students of Baldessian.
I still like how they were really trying to get us to care about the students of Baldessian at this point. Like, I feel like they really haven't taken much out regarding the students of Baldessian.
No,
like,
and I'm glad
at the
they didn't.
time, I remember... but what I mean is, like, at the time, when we first did the quest, I remember being like, who are they and why am I supposed to care about them? It's literally like joining a new group of friends and hearing them talking about, like, I don't know, Steve. Or like, oh, Steve, yeah, he's going through some stuff. Like, oh yeah, I haven't talked to Steve in ages. And you're like, who's Steve? And they're like, yeah, Steve. We don't know if he's like dead or alive. And you're like, who's Steve and why should I care? And they're like, I can't believe you don't care about Steve. And you're like, I don't know who Steve is and nobody's telling me who Steve is. Why should I care who Steve... Do you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
The students of Baldosian is Steve. I mean, I care now, but I didn't care then because I was like, who?
Their
Who is this
findings
Hans?
shall soon be known to us. Though you harbor feelings of dread, I bid you surrender not to sorrow, but abide instead in hopeful prayer.
I mean, you can hopeful prayer all you want, but they're all dead, Dave.
I shall, Archon. Thank you.
Really strange exchange to leave in, actually.
Yeah.
I guess it's a case to... Ooh! Oh, hey! I recognize this from the art book. I didn't think they actually used it in-game. Oh no, it's not voiced! Oh no!
Oh yes!
Oh no! The Lord of Levin is returned to the ether, as was Leviathan before him.
Oh my god, it's Iggy!
Yeah, it's Iggy. We miss Iggy, right? Ramu's acquiescence was most intriguing. Oh, it's Emerald Elf. Did we ever actually see...
Wait, who the fuck is Emerald
her,
Elf?
right? I think Emerald Elf is, well, who the fuck is Emerald Elf? They're Emerald
remember.
Elf. Weren't they, healing? I think they were, I think they were, weren't they medicine back in the day? Wasn't that
yes,
their
medicine
field?
and healing.
Medicine and healing, yeah,
I may not know much about the convocation.
Okay, yeah, the reason I know is because of one of our characters when we were discussing the one that heals. Yeah, anyway. Yeah.
Also,
Yes?
no, Emerald Elf was the Asian who learned about the primal Eureka imprisoned in the Isle of Val, so yeah, that would be also why I just noped out of there.
Oh, yeah, of course. I just know Emerald Elf for... I don't know why I know them, actually. Because I read up on the convocation. That's why. Because they were interesting!
Yeah.
They're a lady, right?
Yes.
Yeah, that's what I thought. I mean, the model doesn't
The current one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who knows? Who cares? It doesn't matter. Inferno, Vortex, Crag, Wall, and Levin all have now been humbled by the bringer of light. Ultima. Now, Ultima I don't remember. The limitless potential of man. Hydalin's servant grows mightier by the day.
Good boots though.
They all have good boots, yeah. Hi, Elidibus.
Tim.
Him. Come on, Tim. Yet she prospers at great cost to her mistress, whose strength is all too finite. 7 times have the masses survived the rejoining, but their souls are grown weak and wan.
Okay, rude.
Yes, well. I mean, is this the first time we've heard about the rejoining? Did I ask that last time we heard about the rejoining? I don't
remember.
Possibly. I don't remember. Either way, do you want to talk about getting weak and wan?
Oh, too soon.
Pardon me?
I said too soon.
Yes, well. Yet, even as it enervates, the ardour empowers our master. All that remains is to nurture the strength of the gifted, to forge the final key. I like how we know that the reason they're talking in pink is because they're not actually talking with voices. They're, like, ether telepathying, right?
I think so.
I'm pretty sure. Because they always use pink for the other stuff too. And that is the task to which we bend our every effort. Who dis? Who dis guy? Hi, who? It's Slahabreads! divine seeds were ever wont to quicken in Eorzea's fertile soil. We need only lead men to the field, and by their eager hands shall a new deity arise. Are there actually 13 here? Because if there are, some people are staying awfully quiet, which isn't like them. They're normally a little...
Watching him stand there like weird, like mannequins is very unnerving.
Very strange. These guys, huh? That which was shattered shall be made anew, and the one true God shall come again.
No. Yeah, having a nap. Yeah, that is correct.
It's very likely, yeah.
I think actually in character, I mean, he is having... And soon, not yet.
Well, he's currently...
Oh my god, look at that.
Yeah, no, that's actually pretty neat, I gotta say.
Yeah, Zodiac looks so epic.
Zodiac did look really epic. I mean, no he didn't, though. But no, seriously, yeah, he must be having a nap.
Yeah.
On his feet.
Yeah.
Do you think...
Well, he's elsewhere, isn't he?
But he's not, because there were 13 of them there.
Yeah, but he just died, didn't he?
Yeah, he just died.
So he's probably there, but so out, going, fuck this.
Just like, wow, you people, drone on.
I want to go to sleep.
Time to find a body so I can take a nap.
And then cause problems for my
for
grandson on
my
purpose.
Grandson.
No, great grandson he doesn't even interact with.
It's true.
He just lets the man go.
It's true.
There are zero interactions between those two.
True. Oh my god.
He's like, I take no responsibility for whatever the fuck this is.
None whatsoever. Hey, redacted. Who's that? That guy on the moon. Who's that? Is that yours? Did you do that, redacted? Is it yours? Did he? Oh man, I cannot wait. I mean, I'm gonna have to because
1,000 years.
1,000 years later.
And I'm blaming Kanisana.
Yeah, it's all her fault. I should have left it at the Asians, shouldn't I?
Yeah.
Now that the matter of Ramu has, for the present, been put to rest, there is something I would show you, Pocket.
I'm honestly not into... Oh, right. It is a letter of thanks, signed by the leaders of the Eorzean Alliance, acknowledging the Scion's tireless service to the realm. It mentions, in particular, the names of all of the defeated primals: Ifrit, Titan, Garuda, Good King Mogulmog XII, may he rest in peace, Leviathan, and now Ramu. Needless to say, there is only one among our number to have faced them all. And though these words of gratitude were addressed to our order as a whole, I feel that they were meant for you above all others. I, too, must offer my heartfelt thanks for all that you have done. In the course of your duties, you have never once failed to answer my call to arms. You are a true hero, Pocket, and Eorzea is that much the safer for your presence. So why don't women's skirts have pockets? Why doesn't women's clothing have pockets if I am a true hero and Eorzea is that much the safer for my presence? Everyone should have pockets. Why am I frowning?
Oh, right. Pray do not misunderstand me. I said safer, not safe. I know only too well that we can ill afford to lower our guard. The Asians may be relied upon to sow chaos in this realm until such time as they are forced to stop.
Ain't that true? They're afraid of how safe they'd be if I do. It's true, yeah. There's too much safety. Only so much safety a people can deal with.
Why, even without their encouragement, you may be assured that man would foment strife on his own, and that is to say nothing of the beast tribes. Unless we learn to live in harmony, the primals too will return to plague us again and again and again. And yet, despite all of this, your deeds serve to inspire the people, to give them hope for a better tomorrow, and there is no greater gift. that we have the courage to strive for what might otherwise seem an impossible peace, we owe in no small part to the dangers you have faced on our behalf, and the people you have won over to our cause in so doing. Our list of enemies has ever been long, but think of the allies with whom we are now blessed. Of the sylphs of Little Solace, who wish naught of conflict. Of the Alamegans and the Domans who stand with us, determined to halt the dread march of the Empire. Are we going to list them all, Minfilia? And then there are the many unsung individuals who have gathered here in Revenant's Toll, honest men and women who seek to employ their skills for the good of all. Of course, when speaking of our greatest allies, we must not forget those closest to us, by which I mean our fellow Scions. Thanks to their many and varied talents, our order is uniquely equipped to combat the far-reaching corruption of the Ascians, and combat it we shall. Nod. I ended on a nod. I have no idea who this is. Your enthusiasm is truly heartwarming, Antecedent. Given our embarrassing wealth of allies, I trust it will not inconvenience you unduly if I absent myself for a time. Who dis? Oh, it's you. Hello, kneecaps. Alfie, no. I take it the troubles in Ul'dah no longer require your attention. There are yet some rumblings of discontent, but the air of simmering violence is largely dissipated. 'Tis to report such that I stand before you now. That, and to speak with you concerning the new organization we discussed. Alfie, no! Ah, I have a message for you from Elle. You recall even the refugee girl? The one whose parents were missing?
No.
They were found unharmed. She wished me to pass on her thanks to you. Why, Alfie, no. Am I to understand that you made the effort to remember the poor girl's name? I look forward to reading all about her in your report. I do hope you left nothing out. Wow, so yeah, this is the thing. Does that mean that Alfie is slowly getting more compassionate? Or has he been hiding the fact that he is a person because he felt like he needed to be all, like, important?
Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah, that's the same face he gives when his sister teases him, so, you know, probably both. Yeah, a little bit of both. I agree.
He got called out.
Pocket, you have been away from Revenant's Toll for some time now, I believe. Might I suggest that you put the affairs of the realm to one side for the moment, and take this opportunity to reacquaint yourself with the town? No, I've been here a lot. It reminds me, one of the Doman children recently inquired as to your whereabouts. Eorzean was his name. I believe he has some small matter he wishes to share with you. Why not oblige him with a visit? Well, we nodded twice. See?
Well,
I knew I should end on this quest. I knew it.
Yeah, but now you have funerals next time. You won't have instant nod gratification.
Oh, no.
Yeah. Do you think that one through? No, I didn't think so. Yeah.
Oh, well, yes. I will have to deal.
Yeah.
Yeah, how did you...
You gonna join me outside?
Yeah, I'm going to.
Sorry.
Legacy of Alag. So you must have spoken with Rambros. Somehow.
I now have a quest to go talk to him. I think I talked to Nero. Mysterious man.
Yeah, the mysterious man. I talked to him.
Yeah. I don't know.
But now I have a quest to speak to Rambros.
Yeah, I don't know.
That's very strange. You can load Mordona, it's okay. I will allow it. Sometimes I forget that the A's look like this.
Yeah. It's so good. I love it.
Yeah. I really adore it, but I often just... I'm so used to the font that I don't notice it anymore.
Yeah.
Does that make sense? Okay. We're up here. I brought my pony.
It's great. I got my cat.
Meow. Nice pony.
Thank you.
I was talking about my pony. I'm just gonna sit on my chair.
There we go.
Very good. Which way's the best for you? Yeah, like this.
I can't believe you just sit there and casually eat an apple at me. So rude.
Yeah, I'm not even
I've only got a pumpkin cookie.
Yeah, well. Sucks to be you.
Sucks to be you. My cookie is tastier than your apple. A little stale, maybe. I guess. Actually, that said. One of these days, I'll stop the sound turning off the second I tab out. But at the same time, I think if I left it, it would confuse me.
Well, that was fun.
Yeah.
Honestly.
Yeah. Sorry about the weird jittery stuff in the middle. The
Oh yeah, well that wasn't really your fault, like, you know.
No, I know, but
happens.
I'm still sorry about it. Just saying.
So yeah, thanks for dropping by.
Yeah, tomorrow Wobble Dogs.
Yeah, tomorrow Wobble Dogs. And yes, we're absolutely baiting Candy Sana for the issues earlier, along with the horrible shoes.
Yes. Yeah, the shoes coupled with Candy Sana. It was because we were talking about the fact that she didn't throw us a party. She was like, "I've got a party for you, bitch. Here, stream party."
You probably told the elements that were like bad vibes,
It's
so
true.
they actually caused trouble when we loaded in the forest there.
It's a good point. She told the trees that we were being mean to her, and the trees were like, "Okay, attack."
Yeah.
There was her fault. Lag party.
Oh yeah.
You've heard of LAN party? That was a lag party. Oh yeah, what?
I have nothing to add.
Then why did you just say, "Oh yeah"?
I was yawning. I think it might have sounded like, "Oh yeah, I'm sorry." I don't know what it was. I'm tired. I need to go to bed.
Yeah. Okay. Thanks for coming to our stream. Don't forget. Swallowed my tongue.
Oh no.
Don't forget. Keep the Cartano in your hotino.
Hell yeah.
Follow the kobold. Always follow the kobold motto.
No.
Do we have a special kobold motto today?
Laugh.
No. Live, laugh, loot.
Loot.
Like Canny Senna would. Live, laugh, trees. And until next time, we hope you'll be well. Good night.
Good night.